Yeah, shut the fuck up, Matt. Is that a serial killer?
Is that me?
This is
Is that your favorite artist? Is that your favorite Austrian artist?
Welcome to the Ramblecast.
All right.
Play your song.
Fine. Is there anybody
Ready to go.
out there? All right. I don't figure anybody will know this song but Matt. But
No.
when the moon lays his head on a pillow and the stars settle down for rest, just do me one small favor. I beg you, please play me the Ramblecast. The Ramblecast. Well, you know how it goes, and you're the one who really knows. So go ahead.
two B's. Two B's.
Just one more joke, and Matt can go to bed. Shut the fuck up, Matt.
Matt, did you take some LSD and decide to draw some
just
shit?
draw some serial killers while I'm over here singing? Yeah.
I would say that's your best ever, but it wasn't.
Oh, appreciate it. Thanks.
Wow. Critical.
I mean, hey, truth bombs, right?
Well, to be fair, you have someone distracting you.
Yeah, it was. I messed up a few times because Matt's over here drawing weird people.
No, this is
that's pretty cool. I like the green.
That's
here.
awesome how that fucking gets
That's
weird
really
with the
cool.
background.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's rad, actually. Matt, that's your best one yet.
Yeah.
Thanks. This is some old shit. It was just laying around actually in a stack.
Oh,
here,
so you're saying you're a better artist back in the day.
Back then, yeah.
Yeah.
That your
Thanks.
skills are deteriorating because now
Thanks, yeah.
all you can
That's
do is
exactly-
teach.
That's
Right?
back when he
That's-
used to put stuff on the paper and like to lick
It's
it.
true.
Touch it, you know?
And you actually put effort into it. Hey, welcome back, everybody. And welcome
back.
Matt Krieb and Miami Mike in the chat as well, amongst others. I can't see. I'm not on YouTube. I just see the comment section.
Miami Mike apparently really enjoyed Jack versus Twitter.
Oh, good.
You know, because that inspired me to file another appeal. I haven't done it in a couple months. Literally 2 hours later, I was rejected.
Wow.
You're done, man. The dishes are done.
On.
Dishes are done, man.
So now I'm
No
just
way.
sending random emails to their customer service.
Well, you should send them the link to that podcast because that, Dennis lays out a solid
there
argument.
you go.
Well,
A
I'll
solid
cut out.
argument for it.
Time out. I'll cut out the part where the Ramblecast guys come in and offer their 2 cents because they didn't help me worth shit. You think you get a little, you think you get a little, little
There's
something.
no home
supposed
court. There's
to?
no home field advantage in that one.
No,
whatsoever.
man, it's like Jesus Christ.
Were we supposed to? What did?
Wow. It'd have been
I mean,
nice.
we were honest.
Our instructions were per Dennis to be sympathetic towards you, Jack, but that's just not how it happened.
I was going to say that wasn't. You guys didn't listen to Dennis. That's for sure.
Nope. we have what they call a problem with authority.
When have we ever respected what any of us have to say to one another? I mean, I've been on this podcast a really long time, and I think every episode you guys shit on me by the end or the beginning.
But that's tradition.
I think we should, since we've been talking, we should definitely plug it. So for everyone out there who has not found it yet, on the whole enchilada feed,
It's also in the Ramblecast feed.
oh, it's in the Ramblecast feed. Okay.
Yeah, it's in the RCAD feed, so
Oh, I
it was
didn't realize.
released
Okay.
officially through the Ramblecast.
I thought it was very well done.
Yes.
Hats off to you, Dennis.
I thought Dennis did a great job. Like I said,
He
everybody else.
did some deep diving, he was
puts more
pulling out
work into
some-
that.
And Jay was
podcast
trying to.
than
Hang on a
Jay was
second.
trying. And Jay was trying to.
Both Matt and Nick, can you do me a favor and just take both of you simultaneously take a sip from the beverage in which you're drinking?
Does size matter?
I'm having some espresso in a little espresso cup. I mean, I only wish that it was like smaller.
Hey,
Just an illusion. It's a
I'm
top
having a
secret
little.
kind of-
I'm having a little espresso.
I'm having a big one.
He's gonna come for ants.
I'm gonna get wired. He's gonna get tired, and two of us are gonna get mean by the end of it. So, John, the Mexican UPS guy, says he listened to it, and I can't get that time back in my life. He,
I get it.
That's harsh. I mean, nobody wants to hear about Jack's like early beginnings, but it would have been really cool if Dennis would have had like some audio.
So what you're saying is that it's just as entertaining as Boba Fett with the Sand People.
Oh my god!
I'll be honest. I told Dennis, I learned some stuff. I didn't realize that the Lost Podcast had been nominated so many times.
Did you?
This week's high has been brought to you by Rise Solar Edibles, which contain 25
solar edibles
caffeine alongside a cannabis sativa gummy.
We say it's got caffeine and so it's an upper and a downer.
Rise.
No, it's a sativa.
Oh, it's a sativa. Oh, okay.
With caffeine as well. Lord Vader. Rise.
That's exactly what you saw.
I love what Randy.
You're having
Randy
the
had to
sativa
say.
now. Like it's like the evening, but you're having the sativa now. You're like, yes, let's get it.
I like what Randy had to say in the chat.
I don't like what Randy has to say at all. Okay, he can take the blue jeans, skinny blue jeans, and
with that.
Okay,
with that
Just
mug,
so
Matt wears skinny
did
blue
you
jeans.
know that we actually
Jeans.
had an email from Randy? I'm gonna go ahead and lead it off pretty early here. Randy wrote in with an email. It says, "Winter riddle. What did one snowman say to the other snowman?"
Isn't that from Lost?
What did one snowman say to the other snowman?
It's from Lost, right? But I can't remember. I can never remember what the
Is it?
snowman says.
I don't think it is.
That's the code, isn't it?
We lost.
Man, this weather really
we lost
blows.
Nick had to go restart the alarm.
My balls are frozen.
Yeah. Maybe I was gonna wait for Nick because he's not here right now. So
Well, if he's hearing a beep, that's probably because he's got to give himself some insulin.
I like to think
Or vice
that he
versa.
had to push the button. That he had to like run over and do the.
What happened to you, Nick?
Oh, it expires in an hour, and if I hadn't gotten it, it would have been kept beeping like.
Ah.
What was
Your
it? So
CGM?
what was the answer to the riddle?
My balls are frozen.
It says smells like pussy. So that was the
What?
Okay.
Randy with
What?
the punchline tonight. That was like,
Wait,
wow.
that's the answer?
yeah.
What did one snowman say to the other snowman? Smells like pussy.
I'm sorry. It smells like carrots. Smells
Oh yeah, I've heard that one.
Okay.
It's like what did the husband?
Like, can we just stop for a second? Why did you say that?
Because it's Matt.
I just thought it would be really funny and kind of like absurd.
You
Absurd.
created your
You
moment.
were throwing me off of it going,
Dude, you created your moment only 8.5 minutes into the episode.
I just thought it would be.
I love it. I love it.
Anyway,
Smells like carrots.
you can send in your hate mail to the rcadcast@gmail.com. And
they'll go, wait, that was
apologize
Matt.
for all
That's,
of the cats
that's
out there.
okay. Matt
Yeah,
said.
he's a favorite.
I thought dog urine would have been funny too, because like snowmen, they're in the snow. What is one
And
snowman?
dogs pee on them.
Smells like dog urine, right?
What did one peanut say to the other peanut as he was going to go out to do errands?
Your pussy smells like peanuts.
What? Jesus.
Are you eating peanuts right now?
I was eating cashews.
I saw
cashews.
the planter's jar.
Is that the punchline? Cashews?
Nice.
No, back in a jiff.
Oh, back in a jiff.
Oh, I
That's a
get it.
Peanut butter joke.
I get it. Creamy or
That was creamy. Yeah.
yeah,
I always thought
I-
crunchy you got more. Like you were like, hey, I'm not just.
I don't like biting into peanuts when I'm
Yeah.
eating a sandwich. I just
It's a
don't.
texture thing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I mean, I think that the crunchy peanut butter has its place, but it's not on a piece of bread.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Exactly.
saying I'm saying like a 12 grain,
Some guy
kind of bread with some crunchy, granola kind of backpacking in Europe kind of sandwich. That's what I'm thinking.
Probably 20 years ago, a guy completely shattered my illusion of how I eat peanut butter sandwiches, because I always eat peanut butter sandwiches open faced, just like, one piece of bread and then peanut butter on top. I've always done that. But the guy who saw me eat it that way, goes, so you bought into the marketing. And I went, what? And he goes, because all the commercials and advertisements for peanut butter was always an open face peanut butter sandwich, because that way you could see the peanut butter on top of the sandwich.
And that is how Nick became a libertarian.
True. Don't tell me I have to do it a certain way. But yeah.
It was about 20 years ago.
I've never heard of anybody do that before. Like, as odd as it is for you to say that you always thought that's how it worked, I've never met somebody.
Dude,
I've never met anybody.
Toast.
I've always, same way. Like,
toast
yeah.
Toast is different though.
Toast is different. Total open.
Because it's a totally different beast.
Right.
It's toast.
An open-faced toast with something on it is completely acceptable.
Right.
Whereas if you did a closed-faced toast, it would be weird.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's too much. Because it's too much crunch. Like it's too much of that consistency of the toasted bread.
Let me ask you something, Chris. How do you feel about Furley toothpicks?
Fuck no.
Furley toothpicks. What are we talking about? What
Yeah,
what are you
like
talking about? Toothpicks are the flurry thing, the plastic shit in the end of it.
That's
what? Why that?
It's Saran paper or something like that, right?
But that's from something. What is that? From?
That's what I was expecting you to get it. Yeah.
What is that?
It's Mitch Hedberg. He's talking about the club sandwich. He's like, I remember a club. What do you guys think about club sandwiches? I didn't even know I'm in the club. Like you were gonna.
Club sandwich sounds really good right now.
Yeah, club sandwich does sound pretty good right now.
If
what kind of bread you got, man?
Cheesecake Factory makes a good club sandwich.
You got banana bread, man? What kind of cheese you want? You got cottage?
Wait, banana bread on cheese? Wait,
honestly, one of the best breakfast sandwiches. I actually learned this from. Don't tell them I said this. It might give them a big head if they even know who we are anymore. But the Randy Randonopoulos show.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they talked about a breakfast sandwich. He called it his brain breakfast or something like that. The brain sandwich is supposedly it was the ingredients of like the proteins and sugars together help give you a kickstart for your day to get your brain working. Right. But it's a whole wheat English muffin, toasted with creamy, not crunchy peanut butter. You put on each side of it, you put slices of banana, and you drizzle honey on top of it, sandwich it together, and it's fucking awesome.
Not honey.
I can see that. Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
I was with you with everything except for the banana. I don't know if I can do banana slices.
Got potassium, man.
I know, but I'm good. Just like I just want
slices. Or can you cut them up?
I mean, I guess you can do it however you want to.
Matt wants cantaloupe.
I'm with you 100.
Because you have to take into consideration when you're using an English muffin, your canvas of what you can put on there is fairly small, so you got to maximize the space.
It's like Matt's drinking cup.
Right, exactly. Fucking
cheers.
Drinking cup for ants.
No, I am 100% English muffin, butter, honey, and if you can get a little bit of the honeycomb, that's even better. So
the cereal?
No, just like I like the.
I mean, that shit would be dope. I mean, I would eat the fuck out of a honeycomb cereal sandwich.
There's no doubt about that. Honeycomb cereal?
Yeah. No, I mean like the honey.
We get what you're talking about, but I think the honeycomb cereal is a better idea.
We've moved on.
Okay, sure. Fruity Pebbles.
I haven't had honeycomb cereal since I was a kid.
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles makes an ice cream. And
that was the topping I would get in every frozen yogurt place.
I feel like it's like a litmus test if you're high at the grocery store. If you buy that, like
it's one of the few things my granddaughter will eat is Fruity Pebbles.
That's good
because it's fucking delicious. Like
I'm not a fan though.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the only that's the only cereal I'll still buy.
Like if you have your kids when they were younger, like
that's why I'm as tall as I am.
Exactly.
So I was at the grocery store.
All the riboflavin.
Yesterday, I think it was. and I saw a cereal that I almost sent a picture of it to you guys. But I don't know why I didn't, but I almost shit myself when I saw this.
Commander Crunch.
Hello, I'm Commander Crunch. Ooh, yes, the oatmeal cream pies. Cereal?
No,
And then look at the responses from my wife.
What does it say? Can't see it.
Mother of God, sweet
Mother
Jesus.
of God,
Mother of God was me. Sweet Jesus. Do not get those. It took every fiber of my being to not buy them. For those who can't see, which is 98% of the people listening to this podcast, is I just showed a picture of the oatmeal cream pies cereal, which is apparently a cereal of oatmeal cream pie things, which
that's like
amazing.
That's like a cereal from the 60s where it's just about sugar.
All it is.
Do you know though? Matt has a very similar story like that. He actually saw a recipe for Grandma's homemade chocolate chip cereal, and
keep going.
Chris ain't got shit on this. No soggies on this one.
You know, Cookie Crisp though, it like just destroyed the roof of your mouth, like Crunch.
Captain Crunch, yeah, especially
Captain Crunch did for sure.
But Fruity Pebbles never did that.
Is it the crunch or is it the berries that does it? It's
no, it was definitely the crunch, the mouth shredder.
Really?
Really? The crunch is the cheese grater of.
Because I've had all Oops berries and had the same problem.
I think when they were designing it, they were like, can we get more sugar crystals to just carve into their flesh?
Now, as a kid, I used to eat the crunch and then save the berries for last.
Oh, you were like me. I did the same thing.
I went, nope, gotta save that one. Nope, don't get out of my spoon. Eat the crunch first.
I think there's
even when I was a kid, I said, why don't they just make the berries? Nobody cares about the crunch.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
I was like 25 years ahead of time.
And when you saw Oops Berries, for me personally, I was a bit like, now you come out with Oops Berries,
exactly.
Like, fuck you. I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm buying it.
For like 7 years straight, I ate Alpha Bits.
Yeah.
Oh, remember Alpha Bits?
Yeah.
They were good.
Didn't they have like little Didn't they have little marshmallows in them?
No. It was like the healthy cereal.
Oh, I'm thinking Lucky Charms.
Oh, Lucky Charms, yeah. But the Alpha Bits were like the healthier version of that. It was just all like the oats in the shapes of letters. So I was all oats and like boobs with my cereal and laugh.
Matt just ordered a box of C-3POs and plans on eating those very soon, actually.
If only I could get back that taste of that C-3POs. No, there was an orange flavored cereal that came out called OJ's. Like right in the middle of it.
Came with a knife.
Really?
Your eyes just widened. Like
it's just the idea of that. It's like because it's orange. They should have been red.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? OJ
came with a glove that didn't fit.
Yeah. I mean, they're OJ.
It was really good. It was came out right about the same time as C-3POs. Now I did have a box of C-3POs.
Were they orange? Was it oranges?
Well, they were like ball-like shapes. I think shaped like oranges.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was called. Was OJ's cereal. I could be.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I don't remember.
Yeah, is it a thing?
I used to like
yes. It had this lumberjack.
Crisp and Quake.
If you guys
there are balls, and he's sitting on it like he's riding it like it's a ball.
See, I was Miami Mike said yes, there were marshmallows in Alphabet in the 90s. The OJs. If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
That's right.
I do remember these.
Yeah, I don't
remember the OJs. I used to like Rice Krispies because they would sing, and it was like so cool. Snap, crackle, pop. It's like
they're talking to me.
They're talking to me because no one else would talk to me.
It's like
Applejacks were fucking awesome.
Oh, Applejacks were the best.
They not make Applejacks anymore?
No, they do.
No, they do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just stating
cinnamon toasty Applejacks makes a great breakfast. That's a fact. Cinnamon toasty Applejacks.
Dude, that was a thing. Like the 1980s had the best fucking cereal.
I'm pulling up a bigger picture of this OJ's.
I don't remember those at all.
I'm going to go to the 70s.
Notice how proud he's writing it.
He's riding that orange with his ball. He's got it rubbing right on his balls.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He's rubbing his balls all over the OJ
he
cereal.
totally is. Like,
maybe he's shitting out that
Golden
ball.
crisp.
Yeah.
golden
Golden
crisp.
crisp,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Remember these?
Sugar Pops.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, here.
Sugar Pops.
Remember Batman cereal, which was
No.
essentially it was Captain Crunch in the shapes of Batman symbols.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Huh.
Batman.
I don't remember that.
I'm Batman. I don't remember that one.
And same with Mr. T cereal.
A pity the fool don't eat me.
I do remember
I remember
Mr.
Mr. T.
Cheese.
I remember Mr.
I
T.
do. Mm-hmm. They
And then
taste
Crunchy Stars.
crunchy stars.
Yeah, that was a thing from the Swedish Chef.
Now,
Really?
I'm sure you guys have seen this meme because it really rings home. Because like when we were kids, tricks were shaped like fruit.
Treats?
Like fruits.
Yeah, like fruits. And now tricks are just little round balls with the color on them. And the
But they're
meme,
for kids.
exactly. So the meme is of young Keanu Reeves going, maybe the reason why I can't see tricks anymore is because tricks are for kids. You know, so
Oh.
they still look like the old fruit.
I used to love tricks, but well, back when I was a kid, we would go for the prize.
Oh, the ice cream cones, dude! I remember those.
Oh yes.
Did you guys used to read the box every morning?
every
Of course.
every day. I
That's
mean,
how I
it
learned
didn't
how to
matter what was
read.
there.
Same fucking box, same
Mhm.
fucking thing. It's not like we had iPads.
And if you got really bored, you did read the ingredients.
Don't forget your
Nope,
Ovaltine.
never got that board.
I definitely Ghostbusters. I remember the Ghostbusters cereal.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters. Now remember the Monsters cereals? It got really confusing because there was like
Count
several. of them.
Chocula.
You got Count Chocula. You got Frankenberry.
Yep.
You've got the
Boo
ghost
Berry.
guy, Boo Berry, of course, which is my favorite. But then there was the Tutti Frutti Mummy guy,
Oh, Rudy.
Rudy. Yeah,
No.
something like that.
I remember.
And
as
then
a
I think
kid-
there was like a werewolf actually.
I think there was a werewolf.
Mm.
But it was a kid. We had Frankenberries, and it was a
Count
brand new
Chocula.
box. Opened it up, and a cockroach came running out of the cereal.
Ooh.
Like, ah!
Oh man.
But no, I didn't eat that. I said no, not eat
It
that.
just
That
means
was-
they were good.
It was wrapped up in the plastic and still alive.
Was that in Pennsylvania or in California that this occurred to you?
Well, he had a box of food.
I didn't live in Pennsylvania. I was a kid. I mean, I was only 2 months old when I moved.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just trying to get
yeah.
a feel on this. I mean, I didn't
Quiz
get that.
right there.
I didn't
Quiz,
get quite a
right there.
timeline on that.
That was a great cereal when I was a kid.
Quiz.
Quiz. The only thing he got wrong was my video wasn't on Joe Rogan. It was on what's that other guy? Adam Carolla.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, I think the weird when I went back to Pennsylvania, my grandmother wouldn't use mayonnaise; she'd use butter. And I'd be like, oh,
On what?
butter.
On what?
On like instead of like a sandwich,
Oh.
like
Oh.
she would put butter on instead of. I go, wait, what is on this sandwich?
Well, I do
Butter.
that. I do that
Yeah,
for like
I can
peanut
see
butter
that.
sandwich.
No.
For peanut butter sandwiches?
No,
Butter
this is like
cereal
this is like
boxes
it's
had
like
toys
roast
in
beef.
them.
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess like if you're wanting an extra layer of like butter
Wait.
with your cheese and your
That's right.
Fruit
Lettuce.
Loops. I used to
Cereals
love
don't-
Fruit. I used
That's
to love
right.
Fruit
Cereals.
Loops.
Cereals don't have toys in them anymore.
I
do they?
know, dude. That was the best part. You dig through that shit and
I
throw the box
forgot. I've
inside.
forgotten about that. But
That's
yeah,
how
that was
that's
a
how
toys in
that's
them.
how we would pick our cereal. I'd go,
Mhm.
ooh, I want
Which has
that
got the
cheap-
best fucking thing inside.
Yeah.
Oh, the apple Cheerios. Those are awesome.
Apple Cheerios were delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
it
mean-
felt like you were a little bit smarter. Like you're like,
Honey
I'm
Smacks,
reading the New
obviously.
York Times
Dig 'em.
today. You were like
Oh my
fancy.
God, dude. There are so.
Frosted Flakes.
Do you think
yes.
they would make they could make Yummy Mummy nowadays into a cereal?
there-
or would that not
There,
happen?
there it is. Fruity.
I didn't like this.
Fruit
I didn't like the smacks, sugar smacks. That was
I love the Honey Smacks. And
Honey-
then
yeah, they were- I thought they were
Golden
sugar
Crisp.
smacks.
The same shit. Man,
We're-
there were
we're
some
just-
really great cereals back in the day.
Honey Smack.
But what about the cereal killers?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, human ears and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that, and
Randy says that his favorite adult cereal is Frosted Mini Wheats. You thought I was going to say
Dude,
carrots.
I had a special place in my heart for Frosted Mini Wheats, and it was not a popular cereal for kids because it was boring as fuck.
Yeah,
but if you soak that thing up good enough with milk, and you can crush that, it's actually delicious.
And the stuff at the bottom, that was like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
I used to like Wheaties, and what I would do with Wheaties, I'd slice up a banana, and then I would pour tons of sugar all over it.
Matt's already out.
Put the milk, put the milk in, and let it sit for like 5 minutes where it gets soggy. Then you mix it all up, and the sugar and the banana. Oh my god, it's so good. So you take a healthy Wheaties are kind of healthy, and you kind of ruin it with the sugar, but yeah. We did it for the toys. I mean,
dude, O's were good.
Those were good.
Oh, I don't remember those either.
I like that there's a serial killer next to the Captain Crunch guy. That's the Hillside Strangler, right?
I don't even know.
I think that's a Hillside Strangler.
Dude, this is talk about wait, hold on. Why is it? I remember these B&J's, dude.
B&J's. That's something you get. That's a cereal. That's a cereal you get when you're single.
Never really got those in the morning that often.
All right, so these are the rabbit hole, and I'll stop.
Right, so for everyone out there who's only listening, for the last 5 minutes or more, Chris has been scrolling, where we can all see through all of the classic 80s.
I could have removed them at any point, but
you guys could have removed it at any point, but you didn't want to. That's the thing.
But you can. But if you're listening at home, you can subscribe to our channel, and you can see what we're looking at.
Yeah.
That is true, Jack. And you bring up a really great point because we do have followers on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube.
We do.
We're very close to that magic 100 number. So
I would like to do, though. I would love to get through this list of 18 cereals from the 80s that are no longer available. See how many remember.
One second.
All right.
Yeah,
however,
hold on 1 second. Because you're speaking of YouTube subscribers, because I was amazed. We actually had a comment on our Facebook group about how he really enjoyed last week's episode. And this is before Colleen had released it. I'm like, how the hell did you listen to the episode? I was like, he watched it on YouTube. I'm like,
that's cool.
That makes sense.
Well, there you go.
So I would love to get through this list, but
if we can get 1,000 subscribers, we can make money on this.
But I would like to do this list,
he's
gentlemen.
Masterminding it.
But first, before we do anything more, talk about YouTube, talk about lists or anything, we should probably take a commercial break.
Oh man.
See, now people can go and while they're listening to the commercials, go onto YouTube and hit subscribe.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
See? Or if you didn't do that, fucking rewind.
I wish this show had a better producer.
I do too.
Yeah.
All right. So here are the 18 cereals that are no longer available that were from the 80s. So C-3POs.
Never had.
Yes.
Which is just fucking
they were disgusting.
Disgusting little bees. Just let's throw a Star Wars character in a box and sell it.
And
the
Jr. The back was always just a mask. That's all you got.
Yeah.
They never gave you any cool shit.
No.
So Donkey Kong
bastard.
Jr.
Jr.
apparently came out in the early 80s.
Looks like Manila Gorilla.
I don't remember.
Check it out though. They gave out baseball cards in there.
Yes, someone put that in the chat because
that's awesome.
I used to get baseball cards from Frosted Flakes. I probably still have them somewhere.
Oh, I remember the Dunkin' Donuts ones.
Dunkin' Donuts cereal for sure. Remember that?
Fucking love Dunkin'.
Why is Pamela crying on the Andy Griffith show?
Did you guys have that?
No.
Because Dunkin' Donuts was very regional back in the 80s. And I remember this came out. But it's so funny how I lived on Dunkin' Donuts growing up in high school and mid-20s. I won't get coffee from Dunkin' Donuts ever again. It's kind of gross.
Gives him the shits.
E.T. cereal, number 4. Absolutely.
Never had it. Never had it.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Note the distinct similarities between E.T. cereal and C-3PO. They're just different letters.
Same shit.
Same shit.
And by the way,
yeah.
Why? It's like E.T.'s about ready to touch the cereal. I didn't want that.
Wait, I think he already has because his hand looks like it's got milk dripping from
It does. It's like, or is it milk? We don't know where his penis
Yeah.
is.
Where's your hand been there, E.T.?
I mean, if you look a little bit closer, his hands are all over Michael Jackson in this little photo here too, which is kind of weird. Moving on, ice cream cones. We talked.
Wait,
about
hold
before.
on a second. E.T. was far too old for Michael Jackson.
It's true.
I remember ice cream cones. I don't think I ever ate it.
I did. I had got these. I remember getting them. They're fantastic.
Never had.
Yeah, so good. Marshmallow Crispies. What is that? I've never seen those before.
Me either. But I'm really curious about the next one.
I think I remember that.
Oh, that cover? I don't remember that cover.
Specifically, the marshmallows in there.
The marshmallows, I do remember, and those were fucking good.
So Kellogg's has been killing people for how many years?
Dude, giving people diabetes.
I've been to the
for
Kellogg's
like
factory up
50
in Battle Creek,
years.
Michigan.
Have you?
When they had the tours, they stopped the tours at some point. But
So nerds is
look,
nerds.
I might be a nerd about Kellogg's.
Yeah, so number 7, nerd cereal.
But
No,
I don't even remember the Nerds cereal, but Nerds as a candy is just pure sugar. So what the hell are you eating with cereal?
Pure sugar with milk and a little bit of oats. Number 8, Nintendo cereal. Abso-fucking-lutely remember this.
No, never had.
Yeah, it had 2 different cereal bags inside. You had the fruity and the berry. There's a cereal they called the
There
cereal.
were 2 different bags.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yep, they were really, really good. Yep. So moving on, Mr. T's cereal.
I remember Mr. T.
Eat cereal, I'll kill you.
Yeah, because we pity the fools who didn't try this in 1984. Well, okay, it was essentially Captain Crunch. OJ's. We talked about OJ's before.
Yeah, we talked about OJ's enough. He's riding a big ball. We get it.
Oh, Pac-Man cereal. Oh, look at that shit. The special offer for the neon camera. How 80s is that? This is fantastic.
Pac-Man fever.
I had a camera like that.
Pac-Man fever's driving me crazy.
Not that
PB&J's. Yes, it's the peanut butter and jelly flavored cereal.
No.
Yes.
Don't know that one.
No.
I don't know that one. And,
it sounds gross.
The 2 of them together, it looks like, I don't know. Like that's so weird.
It says cool stash.
Apparently, Providence had the hookup when it came to cereal.
He looks like he looks like Yukon.
Hey,
apparently, I'm
it's
painting
Yukon
my own,
Cornelius.
Apparently, I'm painting my own past and creating a world in which it's existed. But apparently, it never made it to mass market. So maybe I didn't try it. But I feel like I've tried it. I think I've seen this before.
Well, you were talking about B&J's for a while.
That's true. All right, moving on.
So-
Powdered donut cereal.
Powdered donut cereal.
I mean, makes sense. And they're giving away a free yo-yo, so let's go.
It sounds like America was addicted to donut-style cereals.
What about little chocolate donuts? When prepping for the Olympics.
Before we got healthy, ruined everything.
What the fuck is that? Is
Raisin Squares. I remember Raisin Squares.
I do remember that name.
I do remember Raisin Squares.
Mini wheats with raisin inside of it.
Yeah,
sounds like something that
I would eat Raisin Bran if it was the only cereal there, but I wasn't a big fan of it.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
I do not like
2 scoops. Rocky Road cereal.
I definitely had that.
S'mores. I definitely remember s'mores.
S'mores
Rocky Road
Crunch.
and s'mores
Dude,
seem like they
hold the fucking phone. S'mores Crunch might be one of the best cereals ever.
How can I have S'mores Crunch when I've never had it?
It is phenomenal. I remember that cereal being like the GOAT of cereals. So good. I definitely should not have had a gummy.
Smurfberry Crunch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fuck. I want to go eat everything right now.
Waffle-O's. I do remember those.
I mean, the title of this episode should just be like, let's get high and talk about cereal.
Yeah, I did.
Waffle-O,
exactly what I did.
Doesn't he play the Hulk?
Wait, Golden Grams are canceled? No. Okay, no, they're still there. Never mind.
You say canceled?
Just because Randy says something doesn't mean it's canceled. So
shit. All right. Well, that's the end of the list.
Yeah.
Man, that was awesome.
So we switch gears and talk about potato chips now?
Wait,
that's
Zach,
one of your favorites.
Say hi, Zach.
Hi, Zach.
Hey, Zach. What's up, dude?
How are you?
You can't hear us, though.
My name's not Senorita.
It's Senor.
Did we go see a movie?
Gigi, Papa looks different.
It does look different, doesn't it?
Why?
Because it's on a green screen type thing, and
Why?
you're wearing a green sweatshirt. Should see this kid eat at the movie theater. We went and saw Sing 2.
Great movie.
Oh,
It wasn't. I fell asleep for a little bit, but
Yeah.
it wasn't. It wasn't.
That's not
it
because of
wasn't.
the movie, Jack. That's just because you're old. And
It
I
is.
actually do the same thing.
Hey,
I do the same
I'm
exact
not gonna.
thing
I'm
all
not.
the time.
I'm not gonna argue with you. No, I am old, but it's like going. This isn't too bad. This isn't too bad. I was trying to figure out who
one's
the.
great.
I've only seen bits and pieces of the first one.
Hmm.
Went to Alamo. The kid's eating popcorn. He's eating corn dogs. He's eating our food.
Get nothing and you like it.
I said, and then he eats like my son. He like breathes as he eats. Because I go, Jay, why do you do that? He goes, I can't breathe and chew at the same time. I go, we're at Alamo Draft House. We're gonna get thrown out if you don't stop eating like that. But it was cool. It was fun.
I went and saw a movie as well this weekend, which I don't recommend.
oh, okay.
Called
Let's hear about it.
Licorice Pizza.
Oh, it looks really weird.
It's-
and it's apparently not good, huh?
It's not good. Like, I mean,
That-
it's not a bad movie. It's kind of like, all right, like, you know how Dazed and Confused, which is a great film,
Mm.
really has no story. It's really just a bunch of kids, like, on their day, what they did on their day.
Sure.
Right.
It's kind of like that, in that, like, there's no story whatsoever to Licorice Pizza. It's basically two people who live in the valley in the early 70s, as in like north of LA, and nothing happens. It's just like a weird.
It's L.A.
It's just a weird story about like two lost kids. Like one's a child actor who's 15, and he's always looking for the next greatest like make money fast schemes, and then the girl is like just is lost, doesn't know what she wants to do with her life, and then at the end it's kind of like, that's it. Okay.
So it doesn't have anything to do with Lost, though.
No.
Matt Treese in the chat says it's basically Once Upon a Time in Hollywood minus all the Manson stuff.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time is way better.
Yeah.
And Phillips, Matt Treese is right. Philip Seymour Hoffman's kid is the main character in it.
Oh.
Oh, really?
And you don't think I didn't know that until
Any
after I
good?
watched it. Yeah, he's chip off the old block.
Yeah.
The acting in it is superb. I will give it that. The acting is great in the movie, but it's just there's no story whatsoever.
Now, Licorice Pizza
Just
was a record store I used to get my records and tapes from as a kid. That was the name of the record store, Licorice Pizza. So when I first heard that, I go, Licorice Pizza.
And there's no, and it must have been just a throwaway title because the title of the movie has nothing to do with the film whatsoever.
I bet you he shopped whoever made that movie probably shopped the same record store.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, like I say, if you grew up in the early 70s, you might like it just because of the nostalgia factor. Because they drive a '68 Pontiac Le Mans. It's got a lot of really good soundtrack's excellent. It's just like I said, there's not a lot of plot to it.
So
Well, I
Paul
might
Thomas
look that
Anderson
up.
got the title for Licorice Pizza from a famous Southern California record store that existed in the late 70s and 80s, according to Thrillist.
Really?
The term is also slang for vinyl records.
That
as
makes
well.
sense. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Me being me, though, of
something
course.
new every day.
The movie takes place in the summer of '73, and me just being the snob I am, like they actually play a song from the Paul McCartney's record from Band on the Run. It's like that wasn't released till December of ’73, so fuck,
man. I was 11 then. I think Licorice Pizza was around. Yeah, I'd have to say, yeah. We used to ride our bikes and skateboard there through the snow.
That's crazy. It's literally this. That's what it's referenced to that record store.
That's cool.
I did not know that, but it's very cool.
I mean, there are some cameos in it that are. That's the thing is like you got Tom Waits, Sean Penn, Bradley Cooper, and there's someone else in there. They have cameos, and you're like, why? And then all the cameo scenes are completely pointless. You're like, why is this scene in the movie? Because like you're thinking it's going to go somewhere, and it goes nowhere.
They're just trying to get big names in there to get.
I guess, yeah.
Was it an independent film?
It's an independent film, yeah. But it's getting a lot of hype, and whoever was in charge of marketing for this film did an excellent job and deserves every cent they got.
Right, because I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper?
Yeah, Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper's character is batshit crazy. But I don't know. Like up to you guys. It's kind of like the movie that Jack and I watched, The Power of the Dog, which I get why it's getting the hype, but
I don't get it.
It's just like it's a movie I'll never watch again.
Power of the Dog is just.
So are we entering this phase of like movies where
They make no sense.
that it's acting jazz. It's like we're just doing this to have this moment to act and have this.
Yeah,
it's basically
But there's nothing that connects it to anything tangible or meaningful. Is that fair?
I think so.
It's like this episode in Friends where Joey's talking about the fart acting. It's like when you don't know what to do, just act like you're smelling a fart and you don't know what it is. Like, yeah.
Okay, so I definitely zoned out for like the last 20 seconds because I needed to find out. Licorice Pizza was actually a small chain of record stores. So it may or may not have been the same one that Jack went to as a kid.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, like I said, this took place in the valley. So
Well, I grew up in Southern California.
But you grew up in San Diego. This is up in
L.A.
I grew up in the better city.
You grew up in Claremont.
I grew up in San Diego. Claremont was just a community.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know.
I spent some time in Claremont.
In the
Not Claire
jail. Doing time
in San Diego. My buddy lived there.
In San Diego.
Yeah, I lived in his
I remember you
for like 5 Comic Cons.
He lived at top of the hill, right?
Yeah,
top of the hill guy. Top of the hill to you.
I'm actually gonna see him next weekend. He's coming out this way.
Oh,
nice.
So
right. Jack grew up supporting the LA Chargers.
I thought
True.
I did
there was
not.
another movie that
Dude,
I watched the weekend, but
let's get it over with.
what?
Fuck, that sucked. Patriots Bills game. That was like 17 kicks to the balls. We played like shit, and the fucking Buffalo Bills served us.
What was funny is I was going to talk about a movie. I watched Tender Bar with.
I like how you just steamrolled over.
Fair enough.
No.
Hey, man.
I watched.
Hey.
No, wait. It leads to the thing. I was watching Tender Bar, and with Ben Affleck. It's not a bad movie. It's actually a pretty good movie. If you like Ben Affleck, it was okay. Anyway, so
does anyone really like Ben Affleck?
Yeah,
he was pretty good in this.
Oh,
movie.
that is my
Chris,
Batman.
Chris has no opinion because he's from Boston.
no, I like Ben Affleck. I think arguably he's probably been one of the best Batmans.
He's one of the best Bens.
True. He's one of the best Batmans for sure.
I think this was a movie because he's in the.
I like
in
Uncle Ben better than Ben Affleck.
They're on Long Island, and I think this was a movie he refused to wear a Yankees cap.
Oh yeah.
I think because I the whole time I'm thinking, I go, wait a minute, is this the? And my wife just kept looking at me, and go, why does it matter? I go, because I remember him doing a movie where he said, "Fuck it, I'm not wearing no Yankee cap." And
then 5 minutes later, she's Googling it, and she's like, "Yeah, it was a good idea to look into this."
No,
I remember that actually.
I don't like what he said about Jennifer Garner, blaming her for his drinking problems, but I respect him for not wearing, because I wouldn't wear a Dodger cap.
Yeah,
I just wouldn't. So I respect, but it's not. It's if you want to see it, I think it's on Amazon Prime or something. I forget what it's on, but I watched it. It's a pretty decent movie.
Oh, Matt Treese
it
was Gone Girl. He wouldn't wear a Yankees hat. That's what it was.
Okay, whatever it was. Thanks, Matt, for ruining my whole. Yeah. But anyway, but the reason I say that is
his name in that movie was Nick Dunn.
Nick Dunn,
really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You get the fuck out of here.
Look it up. Of course, his is the proper Irish spelling with Dunne,
but after I was done with the movie, I clicked on the football game. I go, holy shit, 40-7.
So bad. It was
go,
so
what the
bad.
fuck happened?
It was awful to watch. And don't get me wrong, I get it. Everyone says, hey, good for you. Now you're having real seasons in which your team doesn't win. Ooh, boo-hoo. I feel bad for you. But fuck you. I've been used to winning. A lot. I'm used to winning shit.
Nobody else cares. They're like, fuck the Patriots.
I told you like 2 years ago, because you were talking about how your son, is all, and I was like, you're set up for it's a lifetime of just awfulness because Boston was winning fucking everything. And it's it's going to be 20 years before something else happens.
Look at the Celtics.
Yeah.
In the 70s and 60s, 70s, and 80s, Celtics, it was Celtics, Lakers,
Unstoppable.
Celtics, Lakers, and the Bulls came along. And now the Celtics don't win shit.
Yeah.
And now the Patriots, I think they're slowly starting to slide because you have other teams.
Slowly. That was a fucking pretty quick
Oh,
down.
yeah. As soon as Brady left, just.
Yeah.
I don't think – I know that Brady's the GOAT and everything. They wouldn't be any better with Brady. Brady is surrounded with tons of talent in Tampa Bay.
Well, if he stayed here, he would be surrounded with talent here as well.
I don't know.
But I don't want to get too far into it. But I don't blame him for a hot second for doing. What
No,
he
I don't
did.
blame. I don't blame him for leaving. It's like okay.
He's still the fucking best.
That's
That's crazy to say that he's still that fucking good at his age.
But give the Bills fans. I want to give the Bills Mafia some credit. It was fucking freezing there,
dude. Yeah,
half of them were out. Were wearing no shirts.
It's Buffalo.
Yeah.
It's like 2 degrees, and they're winning by 40, 45 points, whatever it was.
And what was crazy,
and they're still there cheering.
That night, it was actually as cold here as it was in Buffalo. It was super, super fucking cold. So it would have been that way either place. But it was frigid. Like I went outside to like flip the steaks. I was like, I don't even want to be outside flipping steaks, let alone being at a football game.
Because Buffalo was the fans are saying we need to build a dome stadium. I go, no. That's your advantage. Nobody wants to go to fucking Buffalo.
Nobody
What's
wants to
weird
hear
was
these
they
dome
practiced all week in a
conversation
practice
again.
dome.
Yeah. It's like it's what hurt the Vikings. I'll say it over and over again.
Can we go back to talking about sliced bananas because Matt really wants to change the subject.
Yes, I do. Sliced bananas.
Sliced bananas.
Why slice it when you
A
can
cool
just...
banana,
What about the Dallas? I'm sure we have Cowboy fans here.
I think we have some Cowboys fans that are choking on some.
And what about
Boy.
Dak Prescott blaming the refs? And then when because the Cowboy fans were throwing things at the referees, there
were some Cowboy fans that
he defended the fans.
There's a comment that needs to be highlighted. There's a comment that needs to be highlighted.
This one? That one?
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck you, Randy. Okay.
But no, I what's Dak Prescott thinking? Yeah, first he thought they were throwing at the players. He said that's not right, and they said, "Oh no, they were throwing at the refs." He goes, "Well, I can understand that." Basically, is what he said.
Who had a worse loss, the Patriots or the Cowboys?
Cowboys.
Yeah,
because Cowboys were expected to win.
Yeah.
I mean, what was with that running play with 14 seconds left and no timeouts? I go, that was just dumb.
Yeah.
This is the Titans' year. So
I think so.
I don't know. You got Joe Burrow coming into town, and he's the new GOAT.
Look, okay, it's been 20 years. Okay, the Titans have to go far because you got to keep the fan base up. We're not going to win. We're just going to get all the way and lose by a yard again, and then
I was there.
We're good.
I was
That's
at that
We've
Super
talked
Bowl.
about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've talked about that.
The greatest
yeah.
show on turf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were there because I can't remember.
My
Sorry.
dad won a trip.
Okay, that's
right.
okay.
And
Yeah.
you guys beat up this old guy in front of you.
No, but I did have to drive the
I'm gonna
shuttle bus
teach you
because
something,
no
son,
one knew
before.
how to drive in snow and ice in Atlanta, Georgia, because it had a crazy ice storm
yeah,
that year.
makes sense. Yeah.
So my dad and I were like, "Hop in, we'll drive." I actually learned how to drive in snow. That was actually where my driver's ed is in snow.
Oh,
So
wow.
So I've been
that's baller,
driving in snow
man.
forever.
That's like
I
straight up
had
gangster.
the same thing growing up in
Yes,
San Diego.
yes, Matt, real fucking gangsta.
I'm trying to give you a compliment.
Whatever, dude. You fucking-
You're a gangsta.
Over here just drawing eyeballs and stuff, and you're,
rocking a dude sweater.
This is my comfy
I like
sweater.
it. Yeah,
It looks great.
you. Thanks.
That's great if you want to go outside and get beat up.
it's very matte. I don't mean that as a negative. I just mean like it's very matte. If I saw that sweater, I'd be like, that's a very matte sweater.
Oh, thank you, Nick. So
It looks like the sweater that Leave It to Beaver, where he bought it. He had to have this sweater, and then Judy Henson had the same sweater, and he said so he wouldn't wear it anymore. And then Ward got mad at him.
it's even got pockets.
See, and that's
Yeah, and it's
That
it's-
sweater
it's-
does look awesome.
It's
not
a
gonna lie
nice
to you.
basement sweater because I record down here in the basement and it's cooler, so than the
Yeah.
rest of the house. I watched Peacemaker, the new show, although I have not gotten all the way through the 3 episodes. So they dropped 3 episodes, and I just
John
was like,
Cena show, right?
yeah. Really,
I did not like the movie, so I was like, I don't know if I want to watch the show.
What's the show called?
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
So-
Peacemaker is a character in the DC universe,
Oh.
and he is part of the Suicide
you
Squad.
like already lost Jack.
Yeah.
I never saw Suicide Squad.
There was 2 of them. The first one was rubbish, and the second one went too far off,
The
So they
second
both
one
suck.
wasn't too far off.
as in more rubbish.
Really?
No, I did see previews for The Rock and
The Rock. It's 1995.
it's a cartoon. Rock and Kevin Hart are doing a superhero movie, but they're dogs.
Okay.
It's Superman's dog. Rock is Superman's dog.
That's
Okay.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down with
And-
that.
and
Because
so I
Superman
said-
it does have a dog, Crypto.
It looks
right?
like The Secret Life of Pets, but superheroes.
Yeah, so I said I'd go see that.
Okay. So Peacemaker, I fell asleep
Peacemaker,
twice.
Peacemaker, give me your hand.
I fell asleep twice watching this. So
It's a hard
You
sell.
know.
So that's a
I
strong
know, it
recommendation.
is a hard sell. But
Were you wearing your sweater and drinking your espresso?
no, but I was under an electric blanket cuddled up with my dog, passed out with some wine. So I had 3 things going against me.
Electric blanket.
Electric blanket. It was okay. I mean, I don't know.
Hey, they might hire you to sell them up. Tell people watching the movie.
You should be glad you fucking sell paper, dude.
I know. I mean, he's the one that started this conversation about watching it, and all of a sudden it just ends with, "It was okay." Fuck.
I fell
still
asleep
haven't gotten-
twice.
I still
The
haven't
dog
gotten
peed
through
on me.
the 3rd episode.
Did the dog
as Matt
stay
Cheese
awake?
points out, yes, the second one was fun. I thought the first one ended in a very like, what the fuck?
How long
You
are the
know?
episodes?
They range. They're not a full hour, but they're not a half hour. So they're half an hour to 1 hour kind of thing. So
I know I've been trying to get through. Have you guys seen Lost? You've watched Lost in Space, right?
Oh yeah. I watched last season, but yeah.
I want to see the first season.
Season
I
3 came out, and I am struggling. I've actually put it on hold. Because I'm struggling to get through it. I meant to talk about this last week because it's so fucking boring.
Wow. Well, shit. Jack.
And like Will is like he's taller than the fucking robot now.
oh,
He's like it's like okay, he's grown a lot. And
got
he's
a
like
Walt thing going on.
He's like 6'10". He's huge. He's like this. You don't even recognize him because he's changed so much. I don't know if anyone in the chat has seen it. If anyone in the chat has seen it, but I didn't fall asleep in there, and I wasn't drinking espresso and a heating blanket and wearing a sweater.
I was drinking wine, and I was under an electric.
That
blanket.
doesn't sound any more manly.
Okay, well, it doesn't.
I was drinking wine.
I'm not in a
That's
very
a-
manly.
In my
face.
Lexus.
I had some crackers and some cheese.
Some cheese and brie.
Yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked you guys didn't make
And
fun
I
of
fell
cross-stitch.
asleep a couple times. Okay.
I did finish my cross stitches, so
No one
I
asked.
was
That's-
actually
that's
shocked that
good.
you didn't make fun of that for being not manly. But
I'm
yeah,
not saying it. I'm not
Look,
saying
this is the 21st century, Matt. You do you.
you do you.
Thank
you. Can
you.
do whatever
Thank
you
you.
want. Yes.
Thanks. It is.
I used to do crochet. Is it not crochet? What's that?
Macrame.
Used to make. Is it macrame? Where you used to do the yarn? I don't.
I have no idea.
Used to make like 70s. You had like hanging stuff.
Yeah,
like hanging
macrame.
plants and
That's
stuff.
macrame.
Like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
just like
macrame.
with nuts.
I
Yeah.
used to do that.
My daughter really got into.
Now, of course,
macrame.
I did it, and I couldn't go outside and tell people I did that because it was the 70s. I get my ass kicked. But if my sister was like, "Hey,"
You just say, "Hey, I'm making these for my commune." It's a nudist
yeah,
colony.
exactly.
And then you're like, "Oh,
yeah,
he's back in there."
Oh
Cool.
yeah, right on,
yeah,
man.
nudist. Hey, I'm
Show
watching
me-
Starsky and
show me
Hutch,
where the macrame
Charlie's
is.
Angels. Fuck off, man. I'm not doing any macrame shit.
Shit. Oh, what did I? Oh, yeah. Did anybody watch Witcher season 2 yet?
I did not.
It was pretty
So
good.
I haven't finished it yet, but I was just actually looking at the IMDb page of Witcher,
Mhm.
because I couldn't remember her name, but Yennefer.
Jennifer smoking.
She's one of the hottest girls.
She's smoking hot.
Who?
So hot.
My ex the other day
All right,
texted me.
I got to look up Witcher.
My ex texted me the other day, and she's like, "Hey, I just discovered this show called The Witcher. Have you watched it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm watching it right now. Actually, season 2." She's like, "It's really good. Aside from like the over the top like sexist stuff, like why do all the women show all their boobs, but then like I don't get to see the guy's cock?" Like I'm just like dying laughing. Yeah,
What's the name of the character you're saying? What's her name?
the guy that plays
Yennefer.
Superman. Yennefer,
I know
dark-haired
that.
girl. Yeah,
Yennefer.
yeah, as in Y, like Jennifer, but with a Y.
I see Superman.
I
Yeah.
want to know more
Yeah.
about this person that you were talking to.
The guy that plays what's his name? Henry.
Look,
He's-
Henry
I gotta admit,
Cavill. Henry Cavill is
he's
a specimen. He's a specimen of a
handsome
man.
man.
Yeah.
I'm attracted to him. I can't
He's
lie.
a good looking man. And but anyway, but yeah, season 2 was good. And
You
actually,
do you, Jack.
the
That's what
end
I've
of
learned.
season 2, Chris, has a
2022.
twist, and you're like, holy shit!
Nice.
If you can remember the character. But
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
Yennefer. Okay, there we go.
Jennifer.
Oh yeah.
Yennefer season 1, like, oh my god, if I had a set of boobs like that, I would just show them to everybody.
Mm.
Everybody. I would walk around.
You'd be a
Wouldn't
star
you
on
just be?
TikTok.
Wouldn't you just like be normal to it? You'd just be like, "Well, this is just the way I am."
No, if I had a pair of boobs like that, I would be happy. I would just show them to everybody. Like, check out
You'd be a,
these. What do you
you'd
think
be
of
a
these?
star on TikTok.
I'd be like that
True.
woman in summer rental
true.
with John Candy, who gets the fake boobs and just like, hey, you want to look at them? I'd be that woman.
Summer rental with John
You
Candy.
never, Jesus Christ! Have none of you
Great
guys seen
movie,
Summer
Matt.
Rental? Okay.
I've seen
I've
Summer
seen-
Rental.
I've
It's a
seen
great
Summer
movie.
Rental.
Awesome movie.
All right,
You need to
I've
see it.
seen it.
1985 John Candy Summer Rental. Watch it.
I've seen Great Outdoors. Does that get me?
That's 87. Get your shit together, man. My mom did not know who John Hughes was over the Christmas break. I almost killed her.
Careful. Don't say that on Twitter.
What do you
you're gonna
mean?
be-
How does she not know? Dude, she knows who John Hughes
No,
is.
she did not know who John Hughes was. I was like, how
Really?
do you fuck do you not know who John
Was-
Hughes?
was she
He only wrote
asleep
every
through the
great
80s?
comedy. She knew the movies. She didn't know who he was. I was like, he wrote like every
Wow.
great comedy of the 80s.
Yeah. Bueller.
Because like I was telling her
Matt just
how
said
I
that
read.
definitely just had an embolism, by the way.
Because I was telling her about. I'm not sure if I brought this up or not. Like I was reading that there's actually a 2.5 hour cut of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
What?
Well,
Yeah,
they had to edit it down.
they edited it down to 90 minutes.
I think
Yeah.
I saw the same. I think I saw. The
I
same
watch that
thing.
movie like 3-4 times a year easily.
Yeah, because like it's the 80s, so everything was 90 minutes. So they cut it down to 90 minutes. And they were explaining some of the scenes that were cut out. Like, because you know how Steve Martin says you stole my wallet. You took money from my wallet. Well, there's a whole setup to that, in that they ordered a pizza in the hotel room, and John Candy did not have money, so he actually did go into his wallet to pay the pizza guy.
Oh.
But he only gives the pizza guy $1 tip because he didn't want to take too much money out of Steve Martin's wallet. And so the pizza delivery guy is the guy that robs them in the middle of the night to get money.
Oh.
And I was like, holy shit, that makes sense. And then also at the end of the movie, when John Candy and Steve Martin show up at the house, John Candy has a black eye. It's because there's an entirely other fight scene that happens between Steve Martin and John Candy, and Steve Martin hits him in the face. It's like there's so much that's cut out of the film that you don't know is there.
You can find it on YouTube. I think that's where I saw it.
Okay.
The uncut.
I mean, I would never turn
Really?
down more,
Like,
more
like,
scenes
it's
from
not
that
on-
movie. Like I love that movie.
There's not like a DVD version out there. that
No,
you can-
it's never been released. The
I,
whole
really?
uncut version
I
is
think
never
I
been
think I
released.
learned about it on YouTube because I was like, wait, what?
Huh. Wow.
That happens a lot with movies because you sit there and go, I don't know, because that thing you do has a lot of. They have the extended version. I
Oh,
think,
really?
And it's like 30 minutes longer, but they cut it out to make it shorter. You find out that Tom Hanks his boyfriend is Mr. White's boyfriend is Howie Long, but you never see Howie Long in the movie.
Right.
But yet he's dating Howie Long.
Yeah. It's like Almost Famous.
God, it is on YouTube.
Like Almost Famous, which is a great
Oh, we've lost Chris.
Almost
No, it's
Famous,
not.
the bootleg version of Almost Famous is way better than
filmed in
theatrical.
San Diego.
Yeah, but there's a bootleg that's way longer. That's just adds way more to the movie. It's so much better if you like long movies.
I don't mind long movies as long as they're interesting.
I also like extended versions of movies that I've seen. Like if I love it and I've seen it once, watching it a second time with new stuff, you know, I love that shit. So I mean, unless you're like,
unless it's bananas.
No, I was gonna say Blade Runner.
Slice bananas.
Because you just get so many versions of it at the point where you're like, okay, it's watered down. I can't tell this version from this version. And
Blade Runner. I never understood the hype of Blade Runner. I've seen it so many times, and I like it and I appreciate it, but I never get why some people just die hard love it. I was just like,
I saw it in the theater, but I had an electric blanket and was drinking wine, and I fell asleep.
Were you eating a banana sandwich, open faced?
Yeah,
sliced.
And they got mad because I brought my dog in. You know, this was before you could bring your pet.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
So okay. Nick, I'll say that my favorite part about Ready Player 2, I know you've read it, right?
I have not. I own the book.
Oh, shit. God damn it.
Oh,
damn it.
Let's just say there's a significant John Hughes impact on Ready Player 2. And it is
why are you looking behind
delight.
Because the book is literally there.
It is an absolute delight.
It's coming for me.
You're gonna fucking love that part of the book at the very least.
Nice.
Randy is hoping that the director's cut of RCA.
Me fucking too, dude. Me too.
I think one thing that Dennis's episode shows is that if you just splice us down, like all of our content down to just like it's, you know,
he's the Norton of podcasting.
Norton.
There's a line where Dennis just says, "Hi." It's just it fucking cracked me up because it's just, I think it's when he's like visiting Jack or something like that, and he just says, "Hi."
I must have been on the Drake's marijuana thing, brownies, because I don't remember Dennis at all coming to interview me. But
yeah, you were.
It could have happened, but I was
were
probably
asleep.
higher than a kite.
Mm-hmm.
I was
For sure.
Maybe I was stuck in the shower for like an hour or something.
For sure.
I get that with these sometimes. I'll take the Delta 8 gummy before I go to bed, and I'm watching some TV
Why are you
show.
showing
And
us a bottle of Viagra? What the hell?
Because you need Viagra at a certain age.
I mean, if it lasts longer than 4 hours, Jack, you should just consult a doctor.
Hey, if I last more than 4 hours, I'm calling Guinness Book of World Records. What are you talking about? Do you need a photo? No, but sometimes I'll be watching a TV show like MASH or something, and I go, and I think, God, this thing's been going on forever. It's only been like a minute. But anyway.
That's what I was. That's what's funny to me about a lot of like the older stuff like that, how it was drawn out. Like I was asking someone if they'd ever seen the movie Harold and Maude, which is a 1971.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's a dark comedy, romantic comedy. It's a very good classic film.
It's an older lady, right?
It's an older lady and a young guy.
What's her name? I
have no idea.
Ruth.
Ruth. Yeah, that's definitely her name.
All right, I gotta look it up.
But so for everyone out there, Harold and Maude is a 1971 film, and it's what Zach Braff stole for Garden State. Basically, he stole the entire plot of that movie to make Garden State, and it's very good. But a lot of those movies, it's just very drawn out.
Ruth Gordon.
Ruth Gordon, yeah. And is this almost done? Jesus Christ. John.
Vivian Pickles was in it.
But no.
What? Let's see. There's Cyril Cusack was in it.
Yeah. It's a great dark comedy though. Like I love Harold.
Is he related to the other Cusacks? Let's see.
It's great soundtrack by Cat Stevens. It's a good film.
No, he's not.
But like today, if you show it to someone that's like Chris, Matt, and my age, it's like people don't takes forever to get going.
Yeah. I remember that movie.
I fucking hated Garden State.
Okay.
That's the New Jersey movie, right?
I couldn't stand that movie.
Yeah, but I'm saying so the premise though, like, you know how Garden State, how he's a fucked up guy, and this girl who he meets in Garden State like kind of like gives him a new inspiration for life.
Yep.
That's what they take from Harold and Maude. It's the same thing, except it's their opposite. Whereas the woman is older at the end of her life, whereas he's a young kid like is in college and doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and so it's kind of like she's giving him all this wisdom. And it's a cute movie because all he wants to do is give up because he's like, I just want to die because I fucking hate life, and she's all about like live your life, and it's
Tom
where he stole it.
Tom Skerritt is in it.
Yeah.
I had a cat growing up. Her name was Maud, and she was named after that movie. And then there's
Maud.
Oh, you guys were talking about Harold and Maude this whole time. It was like a little
I learned something today about Tom Skerritt. He was in the movie, the MASH
Top Gun
movie.
Yes.
Well, he's in Top Gun, but he was also in the movie MASH.
Yeah.
The movie MASH.
Yeah.
He turned down a chance to take his character into the TV show. He said, it'll never work.
Huh.
I probably would have thought the same thing, though, to tell you the truth. But
so that's why you didn't have Tom Skerritt's character. Tom Skerritt, whatever his name is.
But wasn't it? I remember having a conversation with someone who never knew there was an actual movie. They'd only seen all 11 seasons, but never watched the movie. And then when they finally watched the movie, they're like, "That's why she's called Hot Lips." And I was like, "Yes."
By today's standards, you couldn't do that.
No,
because that would be sexist. Because you watch. Well, we're watching MASH. They attack her, touch her, and I mean, there's so many things that they do that you could not do now.
Oh, there's lots of movies like that. Revenge of the Nerds and also like that. There's so many movies you could never make today.
Yeah. No.
Mm-hmm.
But I sit there and I laugh at MASH. I go,
fuck.
I shouldn't be laughing at this.
But that's the reason why, like Gen X, we do not get offended by shit. It's because we grew up with Mel Brooks, and if you're offended, then fuck you.
There are people that get offended by Mel Brooks movies now.
If you get offended by, no.
Could you make? Well, you could make Blazing Saddles, but you'd have to cut out half the part.
You couldn't make Blazing Saddles.
You couldn't make Blazing Saddles. Period.
No, because if you cut out all the bad stuff, as weird as it sounds, it loses 80% of its humor, like of what it's all about.
But could you make it now because it's a comedy? No.
Nope. That movie would never be made.
There's aspects of The Office that I just don't think you could make.
Oh yeah, it's only been 10 years. Yeah.
Cheers. I've talked.
Like
Cheers will never be made.
Cheers.
Yeah, like the episode of The Office where they put all the race on their foreheads. Never could make that now.
Well, that's season one.
That's the second episode, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they could never make a Married Man show today. Says
nope.
Randy.
There are things that we said in there. If I ever got back out, I can't run for president. Thanks a lot, Married Man show.
One thing to tie a couple of things that we were talking about together. I don't know if anybody has watched this on Peacock, but they had The Office, bonus, like they're called Superfan show or I don't know what. I think they're Superfan episodes where they've added more to the original. So they've done the first 4 seasons so far where they've added more material in, and I know that in shooting it, like just if you listen to any of the other Office podcasts, they talk about how much was just kind of left on the cutting room floor. So to see some of these extra scenes added, even if you've watched the Office a couple times through, like sometimes you're like, wait, I never remember that. That's new, or that's funny, or that, so it is kind of a fun thing to watch. So Jack, if you ever get Peacock again in the future, or for anybody else out there that hasn't checked it out.
I will.
I was reading a very short article with the actor who played Kevin on The Office.
Oh yeah,
and it said that there was a scene that was completely shot, but got cut out. How because the whole series is a documentary about this office space.
I think we brought this up before.
Did we?
I think we did.
Think
or
so.
I've had it.
Maybe this conversation, yeah. Well, he's talking about what was supposed to happen after, and apparently he became the fan favorite of The Office. And he was a certain bar he would always go to where it's kind of like Cheers almost, where he always sat in the same spot, and people would always want to buy him drinks because he was the fan favorite. But because basically they would buy his tabs or like have a running credit, and there he had so much money built up from people buying him drinks that he actually bought the bar, and then after that he became a bar owner or something like that. That was supposed to be his final story.
Yeah.
But that's what
you see a part of that in the last episode. He owns the bar.
Okay, but like they probably just showed that bit though, but like the whole
there was
backstory to it.
that story. So
well, he's got his voice changes as season 1 between season 2. He becomes a different character, almost a different character.
Well,
he's also on
really
Trash Truck for anybody who has kids under the age of 3.
Oh,
is he?
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Trash Truck.
I still like when he
actually
goes
kind of a great
the
cartoon.
wedding scene where he's wearing the Kleenex boxes.
that's it. Yeah, Miami Mike got it right. He was the highest earner on Cameo. That's what it was. And so he had enough money to where he bought the bar. Okay.
Huh. Okay.
So going back to what Jack said before about how like the married man, they could never make the married man again because of all the things he said, well, I could never be president. Could you imagine the fucking poor soul that if Jack ran for president, the poor soul who is responsible for going back and listening to every single fucking married man in one of our episodes just to vet him? Oh my god! Talk about the worst job ever.
But see, I wouldn't run from it. I mean, I wouldn't run away from it. I would say, okay.
No, the person who has to vet you by listening to everything you fucking said.
I get that. Yeah.
But then,
how far are you? Oh,
look at the upside of this though. So Jack runs for president. This is the upside. Jack runs for president, but then they find all this controversial things. It becomes millions of people listen to it to where YouTube and everyone else starts sponsoring old versions of the Married Man, and Jack becomes rich.
Yeah, and only then, Jack gets his Twitter back with a blue check mark.
With a blue check mark. That's right.
I like this idea. I think I'm going to announce my.
Unless we all just fucked it up. This is kind of like the time paradox, right? So unless we're fucking it up right now by saying all these things, then it never actually happens because we're actually putting too much of a spotlight onto it. So
I can remember.
Sorry,
I can remember Warm Taffy's brother getting pissed at him. He listened to an episode. His brother thinks he's high, and he thinks he's higher than Anyway. He's kind of a phony. Let's put it that way.
He's got a high horse. Got it.
He probably lives close to. He probably lives close to your. He used to live close to where your friend lived, up on the hill over in Claremont. But he got mad because we read an email from a lady, whatever, that used the C word in it, and Dell reads the C word. Because we talked about, it's in the email. What should we do? We're not saying the C word so much. And he just got so pissed off. He even sent me, I go, dude, in the email from the woman talking about someone else. I go, what were we supposed to do? So anyway.
I just always felt like you presented the most honest, content, It's very no bullshit.
No filter? No.
What?
No filter.
No filter.
Right? No. It was no political correctness, I guess.
So you're saying Dale's brother is nothing like Dale?
Yeah.
No. Because I used to play. We played baseball together, and his brother was just kind of a stick in the mud kind of guy. He did though. One time, I remember I was going up to. I was the leadoff hitter. I went to back. This guy was throwing heat. I said, I can't hit this guy. He goes, blah, 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 blah. He's like giving me the lecture. I go, wait, I'm not your brother. Because he always would bash his brother. I go, and I end up getting a double off the guy. I go, oh, you were right. So anyway.
He's reminded me, I watched Sandlot with my daughter the other day. She loved it.
Good.
Yes.
It's a great movie.
Great movie. She's watching D2, Mighty Ducks D2.
I remember the Mighty Ducks movies last
She's not watched D3 yet. I don't know if we're going to go to D3 or not.
I don't know. Should you go? I don't know if you need to go to D2.
Have you tried D cubed?
Nope. Tell me that's not a thing, is it?
No,
it's not. It's just fucking around.
I don't think D3 should have ever been made. But
yeah.
I'm thinking about like Alien cubed.
Which one? All right, I'm getting confused now. So which one's when they go to the Junior Olympics?
That's D2.
That's
Okay.
me too. Because
Which one
because
do
of
they
course
fight the Predator?
the Mighty
Which is
Ducks
weird
are
because
the Mighty Ducks players are the best players
yeah,
in
because
all the world.
All the world.
Pacey's character there, what's his name? Joshua Jackson's character was like rollerblading around town saying, "Hey, buddy, do you want to come join me on the Olympic team?" It's pretty much how the Olympic team got.
Well, they
picked.
get Benny the Jet Rodriguez, who's a fast skater, but he can't
Right.
stop.
Right.
Who's in Sandlot?
Sandlot, yeah, but he would never be. They would never take a kid that can't stop into
Right.
the Junior Olympics. And the Bash Brothers, of course, are.
Yep, fucking Foggy.
I always thought the one Bash brother was the Superman guy. What's
Dean
his name?
Cain?
Dean Cain. I always thought he was Dean Cain.
I can see it. Yeah. No, you say it.
Kind of.
I always thought he was Dean Cain until I realized, okay, that's not Dean Cain.
Hmm.
But the Knuckle Puck is the guy. What's his name from Saturday Night Live?
Keenan
Yeah.
Thomas. What's his name? Keenan
Allen.
something.
Keenan Allen.
Did
Thompson?
anybody watch that show? Keenan?
Thompson. Yeah.
You guys, anybody else?
I was gonna watch it, but it got canceled before I got around.
What
to
show?
watching it.
It deserved to get canceled. I watched one episode and I was like, "What the fuck?"
And
Oh,
he's
the Mighty
hilarious.
Duck Show.
He is no. He had his own show, Keenan.
Oh,
Yeah, it was called Keenan, but it was bad. Like I.
It's
tried
a shame
watching
because
it.
he's so funny on Saturday Night Live.
He is, but I mean, like that show just didn't work on any cylinder at all.
Well, his
It,
remember he was in the Good Burger.
It had-
Good
it
Burger?
had Don Johnson in it too.
Don Johnson was in it.
I'm pretty sure. I think it was his dad.
Dun, 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 dun,
Not
dun,
his
dun.
dad, but his like father-in-law, maybe. I can't remember now.
I remember when Miami Vice. Remember Don Johnson had the half.
Yeah.
I remember them selling a razor that gave you the Don Johnson cut.
what?
It was a razor that gave you the Don Johnson.
So it was a razor that didn't do its job.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
Give you just enough
I
douchebag.
didn't shave for like 5 or 6 days. I went. I remember that they used to talk about a Don Johnson razor that would just shave you just enough, to where you have the.
It was
Don-
called Just
because
Enough.
I had the Don Johnson jacket.
Did you now? The white with the roll-up sleeves? Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. In fact, I'll show you.
So when Betty White passed, I was at my sister's house. And,
What?
they did, what?
What?
It was TV Land or one of the networks did a whole Golden Girls marathon like the next day. And I was like, you know what? I haven't watched Golden Girls. I'm just going to sit here and watch a few episodes of Golden Girls. And that one, the one I first started to watch was from season 1 or 2, 85, 86.
The one
And
where
sure
they
enough,
got high.
yeah, it is. Just like fucking get high. Just LSD. I mean, B. Arthur just goes nude. It's insane.
a friend.
This kid walks in who, oh my God, you totally do, Jack.
This was taken at Circus in Las Vegas.
When Jack used to be a DJ.
So you got McSteamy on the right and
Mix.
and Glenn Fry on
This
the
guy,
left.
this guy right here, we called his name was Bobby Box because he had a box shape.
Okay.
So that's Warm Taffy.
No
That's
way!
What?
Wow.
That's Warm Taffy.
Huh.
That's funny.
Wow. I don't see. I see you, Jack. I can see you. That's clearly you.
Is
but,
this
like,
an album
that
cover?
does not
you
look
guys
like-
this?
No-
Was this your like
no
record?
gut. No gut. But anyway,
Yeah, you're sucking it in clearly.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have to. suck it
Mike
back
says,
then.
"I'm Jack Gladfelter, and this is Mambo number 5."
Totally.
This is
Look
where
like you're holding a record.
We-
It does look like a record. Yeah.
Wait, this is if you
Jack,
get to
where did
Vegas,
you get a
Circus,
photo that big?
This is Dell. Dell was a photographer and he blew it up.
Oh, okay.
He used to do his dad used to do wedding photos and he had his own dark room. But this
So
this
those
hotel,
I
this
love
hotel
the
at
white
home,
belt,
this
the
is
white
another
belt.
reason why you should click the subscribe button on
Yeah.
YouTube so you can see
Join us
this
live to
glorious.
see
and
exactly
you know what's
what-
funny about that room? It was Dell's birthday, and his parents kind of ignored his. He kind of got shit on his birthday. So Bobby Box and I said we went down and got some fudge. That's all we could find. And the only candles they had were the candles you can't blow. They keep coming back. He's trying to blow it. he knocks it over and it catches on the bedspread. The bedspread starts catching. So we're like trying to put it out, water out. There's a big hole in the bedspread. And so anyway, we didn't have to pay for it because back then,
There were no rules back
there were no
then.
rules back in the the 80s, so you do whatever you want. But no, we almost burned down Circus and killed like millions of people.
I just want to point out, because you guys are over here laughing, that Matt has gone into a world of despair and has become the headless podcaster. Now he's back.
But that was my Don Johnson days.
You were pulling it off, and I can't wait to listen to that record.
And you can't tell I'm not wearing any socks.
Buena Vista.
I'm just wearing tennis shoes.
No.
Because Don Johnson never wore.
Oh, but to finish, not that it was a great story or anything, but like
we want you to finish
this episode of Golden Girls Go, a guy totally comes in looking exactly like Jack, wearing the white jacket and the pink shirt, and I'm like, oh shit, it is the fucking 80s on the Golden Girls right now.
Thank you for being a friend.
It's a great show.
Easier times, man. Easier times.
It was a really good show.
Golden Girls was a good
Had
show.
one of my favorite Star Wars actors of all time, so B. Arthur.
Harrison Ford.
She played my favorite character.
The only
And you find out that they didn't get along.
Yeah, Betty White and her did not.
Yeah,
But it was nothing to do with them personally. It was B. Arthur's son said it had nothing to do with like what she thought of her as a human being. It was just their method and how they approached comedy and how they approached acting was polar opposites.
And life and men and music.
But the sad thing is they're both so talented.
Yeah.
But she didn't get along with Rue McCallaghan either. I thought that's what I think B. Arthur got along with anybody.
No, but because I didn't know this because until Betty White died, I forgot they made a spinoff of Golden Girls, and it's with the other
Golden
three.
Crisp.
It's with the other three without B. Arthur, and then they had some other people in there. I'm like, they did? What the fuck?
Yeah, because
we put the B in the bitch out on the street.
No, because she didn't get along with anybody.
Oh man!
But to be fair, she was the star of her own show.
She's
Maude.
a no good bee.
She's a no.
I mean, you guys have seen
The
Maude,
bee
I'm
in
sure.
apartment B.
Yeah, don't trust the bee. Yeah,
something. There's something there.
That show was
Mike would have saw
terrible. That show
something
was
better.
terrible.
So, easier times with better cereal. See, Miami Mike
ain't that the truth?
with the 3-point shot. Okay,
I'm gonna write
did you
that down for a
guys-
suggestion for the title.
Did you guys watch on Disney Plus? They released The Eternals. Now, I think maybe Nick saw it already. The Eternals. No, you didn't. You saw it. Is there?
I never even heard of it.
I saw it in the theater.
I'm sorry.
Should I have watched it?
No,
I
liked it.
I liked it even more a second time. Like so much more stuff. Like
Did you sleep through it?
no, I didn't. Okay, yeah, I did. But here's the thing. I didn't miss anything, and when I came back, I was even more informed. But it is 2.5 hours long, and the pacing on it is different, and it's a more psychological movie. Like I think all Marvel movies have like a different flavor. This one has this truly psychological kind of component because it deals with the like civilization and like the spanning of time and eons and what have you. So
what's it called?
that's Eternals.
it's called The Eternals.
So basically, Jack,
Got a D.
is that you have 7 to 8 people that have been with Earth forever, and they're not really here to interfere with anything human beings do unless there's a.
So they're not human.
No, they're not human. Yeah, they're
So
eternal.
they've been on Earth since day one. I get it. Okay, they've been on.
Yeah, and like
Relatively early.
Yeah, I think I said this at the time because there's a couple people I follow on Twitter, a couple people I know in LA that saw it on its premiere in LA, and they all said the same thing. Nick hasn't seen it. Oh, yep, she.
You said the fucking thing.
They all said the same thing. It was that Nick hasn't seen it though.
Matt's proud of himself.
is that it's not a bad. It was not a bad film. It's just that you're introducing so many characters with so many powers.
Yeah.
So now it's a TV show.
Yeah, that's what most of them says. It should have been a TV show.
But-
Now that you have,
It's not.
it's
It's
not.
just
It's a movie.
But
But introducing all these characters takes up so much of the time that by the time you get to the plot, you're like, I'm already exhausted. So
Should have just been like Adam.
I mean,
and
it's
Eve.
a-
Should have
it's
just
a
been like
fair
Adam
point.
and Eve.
It's a fair point, but it's a fair point, but I would say that it does reward on repeat watching. So as opposed to rewatching an entire TV show, you're just like rewatching this one chunk and really pulling apart the nuances that are there, like figuring out like, oh, this character, like this is their bad seed, this is their bad seed. Like there's other like little kind of nuggets I think that like made themselves more apparent to me on the second rewatch. And
So what do they do? They don't get involved. They just kind of just float around.
Yeah,
and
do
stuff.
not.
well, they're waiting for the deviants to show up.
They're basically.
Are
the
they living?
Winston-
Are they
they're the
living
Winston of
amongst us? They
Ghostbusters.
just
What?
They're essentially like protectors, right? So
Yeah.
they're protectors from outside, of the world
They're doing.
threats.
Can I just tell you right now? If they're still around, they're doing a shitty job.
Well, it's because the deviants haven't shown up. The
Right.
deviants are the thing that kind
And
of like triggers them. to-
Their existence in the reason for their existence is actually a big, huge part of the plot. So we don't want to say too much more about it. So you need to watch
Thank
the
you.
movie.
Thank you for
Okay.
keeping us a friend.
I want to
Yes.
rewatch.
Yeah, so
not bad.
so I've heard the same criticism that I've from Nick, like, and from people like who share the same views as Nick does. Like it's definitely it's a left hook when you're expecting a right from a Marvel standpoint, right? So it's
Okay.
definitely a weird way of telling a Marvel story. But they did tackle like a ton of shit in a 2.5-3 hour movie. Could they have split it up? Sure, I guess they could have, but in reality, they took a movie with 8 superheroes, and you have to kind of like follow the paths of all of them.
And they all have different
fairly
quickly.
quickly.
They all have different powers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to jump onto that fairly quickly and get through the story.
Why can't we just have a thing where everyone just has the same powers?
But much like how the whole it plays into a significant
Like
part
Jedi.
of like how the Marvel universe is transitioning into its next phase, right? So the end of the movie and the after credits of the movie are introducing characters that are going to be relatively big players in the Marvel storyline. So this movie is kind of like was almost like an origin story for some of these characters, and you're kind of getting some background for what the future of the Marvel next phase is going to be like.
My biggest
It's
recommendation.
all just an advertisement for the next series of movies, really.
Well, but like I said, like I think it rewards a second rewatch, just like a good TV show like Lost, where like you watch an episode and you're like, I gotta watch that again because I want to figure out the clues. When you go back through, you're like, this is why this is happening. This is why this is happening. And so
That makes
so
sense.
I
know
do enjoy those Lostian
But the
aspects
ending
to the
sucks.
Eternals.
You know
So-
what? The new Spider-Man, just as long. Don't require a rewatch. Understood every bit of it.
But that's a different vibe. It's a different like this is dealing with
I'm
some,
almost
like,
thinking
some
about
heady-
watching. Can I watch the latest Spider-Man without having to watch all the other ones?
Sure.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Well, I mean, all right, Jack. All right. To be fair,
Because I don't like the character Spider-Man. I don't. Like
what
it.
Spider-Mans have you seen?
I don't think he's gonna like it. I just don't think he's a
The
Spider-Man.
last
like,
Spider-Man I
this is
saw
not
was
his-
the TV show back in the 70s.
Then
Don't
yeah,
watch
you
it.
won't like
Don't
it.
watch it
You won't
because
like it.
here the reason why one of the best reasons to watch the new Spider-Man movie is for people who have watched them all. Because
yeah.
if you've watched them all, you're going to get all these
Seems like a
bits
lot
and
of work.
pieces of nostalgia and like, oh man, this is an awesome, company,
Well,
a
all right.
throwback, etc. And then when you combine that as well with what Tom Holland's Spider-Man's gone through in the past 6
Right.
movies he's been in, they did a fucking masterful job.
He's been in
Of putting that
6
all
Spider-Man
into one
movies with
movie.
Tom Holland, or is that just
No, but he's been in
No,
3
he's
Spider-Man
the
movies, and, like,
and then
3.
he signed on for 3 more. Yeah.
But he's also done a ton of the Avengers stuff too.
Yeah.
So, but they did such a good job of bringing just enough out of all the prior movies and the nostalgia of them, and also encapsulating that along with Tom Holland's kind of like closeout of this chapter or this phase of Marvel. And they did it in such a way that it was just so well done. But if you're not watching any of these movies, you just go into it blind. A lot of it's going to fall on deaf ears for you. You probably would. You probably would be upset with it.
What's great about it, Jack, also is that we're living in a world of constant fucking reboots and shit like that. And so basically,
I've noticed,
a little bit, but because you had Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, from 2000 to 2005 or whatever, and then you have Andrew Garfield's, and so basically, when there's ever it doesn't matter what story it is, when there's a new person playing that character, all the other movies in the past become irrelevant. Like, those are just they're old ones now. What this movie did was it made all of the Sony Spider-Mans relevant, and it's almost now required viewing to say, like, hey, this is a multiverse. This means like it's a different world, it's a different time, but it's relevant to this story.
They almost tried to include the Spider-Man of your generation.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They were trying to work in a way that person would make a cameo.
Damn, Matt, that's just fucking harsh, dude.
I mean, because that guy fell off.
Your comment, sorry.
That actor who played that Spider-Man fell off the map.
Look for the RCAD reboot, where we're recast much younger, but we still have one of us remaining as a cranky oldster.
They did that in the Flash TV show. They brought back the Flash from. He was the dad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. From the Flash TV
from the
90s.
90s Flash show.
No, I think it was.
Which I loved.
I think
it was 90s,
wasn't it?
No, the 90s. It was 90s.
What's funny to me though is that
we're looking this up.
Yep, I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
When you think about like Spider-Man time, I'm sure to Chris, Matt, and I, we don't think of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man as that long ago. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Right.
But think about it from this point of view. If this Spider-Man just came out in 2000 or 2001, and then we saw a 1980 Spider-Man, we would think that was old as shit. and that's what's funny about it.
Whoa. Wait, what?
Think about it, because it's been 20 years roughly since Tobey Maguire, because Tobey Maguire is 45 years old.
Tobey Maguire is 45
Andrew
years old.
Garfield's 38.
It's the same age as me. So
can anyone find it? I only can find the new Flash.
No one cares about DC.
Hold on a second. So fuck.
Yeah. Exactly.
No,
how time
20,
blows
20 years ago.
Yes,
Fuck.
20. Yeah, that's how time blows through your mind. Yeah. Spider-Man will be 20 in May. Yeah. Thanks, Matt.
I wish I could remember the name of the actor. I'll look it up that way.
Oh, yeah. Too bad. Well, we're gonna close out.
It was 1991. I apologize.
Fuck, Matt.
I like Nick. Wait, what? I was not prepared for this.
Yeah, no, exactly. You gotta build up to the ending. We all know when the ending's coming. It's not right now.
Huh. It was 1991. Okay. Seemed like a longer time than that. Oh, I had Amanda Pays.
John Wesley Shipp.
Yeah, whatever happened to Amanda Pays?
I don't know any of those people.
She was in the movie with Rob Lowe, Oxford Blues.
Oh, yeah, okay.
She's got dentures now.
Well, she was born in... God, she's older than me.
Pull them out, put them in the jar. Still feels good. No teeth.
She's older than me. I didn't realize that.
I'm eating right now. Thank you very much.
Chris got the joke.
Gloria Rubin was in the show? Huh.
Jack, look.
I've gone down a rabbit hole. Sorry.
She's still a good-looking woman.
Look at the video. Look at the video. Look at the fucking window.
Look at the window before it goes away.
It happens. Nice teeth, though.
That's because they're fake. All right, I'd like to think
we've talked about that. It's one of the things that I hate about getting older. It's like the very first Comic-Con I went to, the woman that played, the woman from Caddyshack and Tron, smoke show. In my mind, that's what she should always look like. And I remember seeing her going like,
Lacey Underalls?
Huh?
Lacey Underall? Is that her name?
But like,
that's not her real name. Put down your.
But like she's still a good looking woman. But like, you just remember anyone in their prime, like Jack in the Miami Vice coat, and you just go like, oh.
Yeah, I couldn't pull that off now.
Yeah.
But then you have some people who can withstand the test of time,
Like Rob Lowe, yeah,
like Rob Lowe, like Aunt Becky from Full House, Lori Loughlin.
She's looked better as she gotten older because
she definitely has.
Because she was the one that was like, in Full House, you're like, she's not the one I would date. You wanted to date like the second sister, even though she's annoying, but like,
No, I thought.
Wait, what?
Wait, which one's Becky?
Wait, what?
It's on Full House, right?
Wait.
What do you think?
Aunt Becky,
dude?
She marries.
Aunt Becky. Okay, I'm thinking of the kids, like
No,
I'm thinking our age. I'm thinking our age, not like the yeah. Okay.
Wait, hey man, whatever floats your boat when you're watching.
I mean,
I didn't.
True.
Do we have to worry about you? Because they're going to start releasing the names of who went to the island. Do we have to worry about you being on that list?
No.
You know
Dude,
what I'm talking about?
every guy
Epstein?
my age,
Nick's just like,
and,
nope.
and likely many girls my age when we were younger had a thing for Candace Cameron. There's no doubt about it.
Candace
And
Cameron.
she, to your point, has absolutely gotten better with age. She is gorgeous, and Jodie Sweetin is too.
Yeah.
I've been following a lot of their their updates and John Samos's updates and over the last week and a half with Bob Saget dying or whatever.
Oh, for sure, Candace Cameron. Yeah, like when
she's batshit crazy.
Oh, really?
No, not batshit crazy. She's just
very
like
religious,
super religious, like
kind
of scary religious. Yeah.
But what was it, Lori Loughlin? She just had $1 million of jewelry stolen from her house.
Really?
$1 million. I mean, I was like going, fuck. Who has $1 million of jewelry just laying around their house?
I don't know.
Not me.
Christ.
Look, she owed people favors inside prison. Okay.
You know what?
No,
It's called a safe.
No,
Put it
my
in a
money's gonna
safe.
be in Legos, dude.
You know what's funny about? Never mind. I'm not going to talk. This is a stupid point. Never mind.
No, bring it up. Bring it up. Don't. It could be the best.
It.
Could be the best point of this show.
I was talking about what's funny about safes is that the sides are actually really thin. If you buy a shitty safe, the door is fucking thick as shit. But if you take a sledgehammer to the side, you can crack them right open.
Okay, I was wrong. It won't be the
See?
best part of the show.
I told you.
No, fuck that. If I'm ever in a situation in the future in which I need to get access to the inside of a safe, I'm going to think about what Nick just said.
Yeah.
I'm going to bash the fuck out of the
Like-
side of that safe.
The personal home safes. The personal home safes that you see.
Yeah.
If
So you're
they're
not saying
cheap,
like a
shitty
big-
ones, take a sledgehammer to the side, you crack that shit right open. But the doors, the only thing that's any good.
So you're saying like in the Western, instead of blowing up the door, they should just blow up the sides.
Well, yeah, in a way, but back then they had the square door, which you can just blow open.
Man, I've been fucking up the sides for like 25 years.
Did Chris die?
No, he just.
Oh my God. Anyway, well, I never knew that, Matt. I'm Nick.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. How dare you call me Matt?
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No.
I should have known Matt doesn't offer anything to the show. What was I thinking?
What the hell? Really? I don't. I crocheted that whole thing today.
I'm just teasing. Lighten up, Matt.
I
So,
drew
so-
drawings.
So let me ask you this: so we can crocheting, Matt. So
Okay.
everyone out there, our artwork for this episode is.
Wait, why is Chris on this side? Everything's screwed up.
He
Matt-
just
Matt-
now
Matt-
realized it. This
he's
is
been that
we
way
are
for like
an
30
hour
minutes.
and 38 minutes in, and Jack just now noticed that the order
All right, go
of
ahead. Go ahead,
our
Nick.
squares is out of order this week.
So for the artwork for this episode is a crochet of RCAD. Cross stitch. Yes, thank you,
Cross
Matt.
stitch.
Cross stitch. So did you actually cross stitch that, or did you artistically make that computer wise?
No, I did that. So
You really did that. Wow.
Well,
yeah,
let's see
I'll
it.
go get it. I'll go get it.
Yeah, not that I don't believe you, but let's see it. I don't really care.
he still had his earbud and he can hear you. He felt that. He's
Mike,
over.
Mike says
now that he's
you
off
want-
camera,
You
he's
wanted to
crying.
date the rad version of Lori. Yes,
is
I
that?
did.
You wanted to-
She was in a movie.
Send
she
me
was
an angel.
She was in a movie back before she was famous. It was a horror film. And I said, "Who is this girl?"
Huh.
It was back in the 70s.
I fell in love with Lori Loughlin from Rad.
Like I said, I didn't care. Like I said, I thought it was overblown what she did. I mean, everyone does that for their kids. I just don't get it.
That's kind of how I felt too. Is that like, you know, if
You got money,
if you have
it's
that
just-
kind of money and your child is dumber than a brick, it's like you're going to pay to get your kid into college.
Well, you see it all the time in college. You know, college football, college basketball. They hire the dad as a coach just to get the kid to come play for the team.
Right.
How's that any different than what she did? I just thought it was bullshit. But that's just me. I mean, I get it. It's just the rich have been doing this since money's been around. So I just didn't get the big deal about it. Anyway.
Well, she got caught. Like,
Well, I get she got caught, but I still don't understand the big deal. I mean, it's just kind of what if I had money and I could get my kid into Yale, I probably would have done the same thing. I wouldn't have got caught because I would have been smart enough not to leave a paper trail. But
well, I mean,
or I just Clinton where I kill everyone that has
Jack, honestly, would you really do that for Jay? I don't think so.
Well, that'd be a waste of money. No,
Exactly.
Okay, so here's my little cross stitch that I did for. Oh, here I'll turn off my green screen.
Wait, hold on a second. I
Mhm.
look better on it. I was thinking there was going to be more.
Yeah, it's pretty small. It's not
she
very.
said.
That's what she said. Yeah.
like I said, been fuck up the sides for 25 years.
RCAD. Wait, leave it up there again. I don't think they're level. The C is not level with the rest of the because look at the C doesn't come down.
The D is kind of lazily made.
It's actually perfect, Jack.
No, it's not. It's not perfect. Look at
how
the
thick
R,
the A is on the
stop
left
moving.
side.
The R. Look at the bottom of the R is
Yeah.
not level with the C. I don't think is it. Maybe it is.
It is.
But the green, the D has like an extra yarn in it. It has
This
like an extra.
this was my first one that I made,
That's nice.
that is
That's
outstanding. I don't
And
like
then-
the brown.
and then I made this because
It's like just be new.
yeah, it's a quote. It's a quote from Parks and Rec. It's
No.
Tom Haverford says it. He says, "Old things are dumb. It's like just be new." And I thought it was really funny.
Movies are the new books.
And I thought it would be something fun to.
Kim says it looks fine, but you know.
Kim says it looks fine. It looks fine. The back part is the part that's like always.
You cut a hole in it.
I know, right? That's all the green.
That's his
thread.
pee hole.
I
Fucking
like
up the sides for 25
I like what Miami Mike said. Jack would have paid millions if he could have gotten Jay to throw a baseball correctly.
I'm still hung up on fucking up the sides for.
Oh wait, I'm still just on solo. Sorry guys. I'm still fucking up the sides.
Recycle that joke 3 times. It's worked every time.
Are you
Is that
saying?
the title of the episode?
Fucking up the sides.
Well, we used fucking the last one, you know.
It's true.
But, we are an explicit show, so
That's
you
true.
what you
You
pay
know,
for.
that's what you get.
I mean, Randy with his Randy jokes, you know, writing in about smelling ever the people's carrots.
He's money. He's money in the chat though. Where's Sherry?
And so is Mike. Probably.
Man,
Yeah, it's
I
true.
don't-
A lot of
I
our
don't
fan
even-
favorites are not
Hey,
here.
Miami, Mike, why did you fire your coach? That was a
it's fucking
stupid.
weird.
I go, what are you fucking doing? Miami finally gets a good coach. The Dolphins, they finally get a good coach, and they fire him. I go,
Laces
what
out.
the fuck, Miami? You haven't won anything in 30, 40 years, and you fire a coach,
Yeah.
a young coach who knows what he's doing, built a team, just needs probably a better quarterback. It blew me away.
I don't think there's a person in the country, Jack, that disagrees with what you just said.
If I was running a football team right now and had an opening for coach, I'd grab him. I'd interview him, wouldn't let him leave town. I think he's going to be a great coach.
I think we should finally acknowledge that we shouldn't have sympathy for Jack as a Charger fan, and that fact that they've at least made past one round of playoffs in the last 30 years compared to the Bengals, who just did it.
The Bengals?
Yeah.
What did you just call them?
The
You call them
Bengals?
the
Bengals.
Bengals?
Bingo.
I'll call them whatever the fuck I want.
There it is.
Chandler from Friends. What was his last name?
Bing.
Bing.
Chandler Bing.
Just kidding. But yes, Cincinnati, they're going all the way. Woohoo!
Woohoo.
Who doesn't want to see Cincinnati go all the way? Well,
I couldn't give a fuck.
Titans.
The rest of America.
I mean, when's the last time? Since Boomer Esiason, they have not had a good team.
I love Boomer.
Boomer.
Well, no, they had a good team. No, they didn't.
Yeah, no, they didn't.
I still remember them beating the Chargers back in 1980 or 81, the Freezer Bowl.
Hey, John!
Has John been with us the whole time and we just mentioned
no offense,
Cincinnati?
no offense,
so he was
John.
just like, boom.
Yeah, he's going to chime right in. Yeah, that's where I'm fucking from.
I'm a Bengals fan,
Bengals.
and they finally won 31 years.
I will root for Cincinnati for sure. So, I mean, it's the closest city to me. So I always go like geography,
Of course.
animals.
I go with teams
Colors.
that haven't won.
I mean,
haven't
you're
won
from
in a while.
Ohio, so that makes sense.
And since they've never
yeah,
won,
well, and I do root for Ohio. Too.
last in flight.
Unless you're from Cleveland. Fuck the Cleveland
Fuck
people.
Cleveland. No one. Yeah. It's like, I mean, no offense to anyone from Cleveland or Buffalo. Like,
Or
really,
Michigan.
Why do you live there, really?
Wow.
So,
Well, I'd like to apologize to all the 2 listeners we have in Buffalo and the one we have.
we
in
love
Cleveland.
everyone.
I was already told on here from the chat, do not run for office. So I might as well just burn all the bridges.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running. I like that married man being making millions on because that's what politics is all about, right? Making money. It's not about doing the right thing.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, I was on a rant earlier with Cliff, our old ex-producer Cliff, for all the people listening out there, and
The hybrid.
I was talking about the
fucking hybrid. I haven't heard that in forever.
Yeah. And I was talking about the 3 teenage girls that are making millions on TikTok for dancing very poorly. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he just kind of like, yeah, I kind of, edit that. I'm like,
He edited it.
he does shit. Like, basically, he was telling me about it. Basically, they had a shit ton of TikTok subscriber or followers. And then their parents, like a smart parents would, they got like a lawyer and got promotional teams. And then they struck a deal with someone in Hollywood saying like, hey, we've got all these people. So that's where all the ads come from that makes them all the money. And I'm like,
Right.
I don't get a lot of the TikTok stuff because my wife's addicted
it's
to
just
it.
silly.
And
Yeah.
I
just
edit
go-
all my own stuff.
Me too.
Yeah. If we had a good producer, we'd probably make a lot of money.
Probably.
We probably
Matt's
have at least
Matt's got a cross-stitching TikTok.
Okay, so
Here
now,
you go.
now we're
I'm
gonna
drinking
come all the
wine.
way-
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks for
Electric
the likes,
blanket.
guys.
My dog's at my feet. My cat's ripping my nose off, and here I go. There's another stitch.
This thorough
Oh,
rider.
Neil Boy 45. Thank you so much for the roses.
I don't know how we can top that.
That was so TikTok right there.
If it wasn't aimed at me,
Get us likes. Get us likes. I'll put another stitch in.
You know what? Subscribe to our YouTube, and maybe you too can be needle.
Hey guys, go ahead and stitch my cross stitch channel. I mean, duet and stitch thing.
Now you're gonna see the back here. See how I fucked this up right here?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh my god, that was funny.
You guys,
That was funny.
too funny. All right.
Wait,
I think we
John,
should-
the,
I
John,
think
the
we should
UPS
close.
Mexican man's a Dallas fan.
Mexican man.
What?
What?
That sucks.
Kim said she married a Dallas
what?
fan.
Notice how he didn't say a word earlier.
I know, seriously, especially when we were shitting all over Dallas. I mean,
Speaking of Dallas, did you guys see where O.J. Simpson actually commented on Jerry Jones recently?
I know that O.J.
No.
Simpson still has a Twitter account.
He does, yeah. But he was
Yeah,
basically
you can kill
commenting.
someone.
He was commenting how Jerry Jones is like a very good, business manager, but he needs to step back. Like what people have been saying for 30 fucking years about choosing what head coach, and like so now there's like actually people wanting OJ to come back into the sports world as a
Jesus.
commentator. I'm like, are you fucking serious? But
Do you know that they had a list on Twitter that they said that they had people that have won more Super Bowl games than the Cowboys since '95, and Tebow's won Tebow had like 3 playoff wins or whatever. Colin Kaepernick. There's a long list of all these players that have won more playoff games than the Cowboys because the Cowboys, you think of Cowboys as a great team because they were so, especially my era, they were always, Pittsburgh.
oh, you played?
Cowboy. No, but I watched.
Oh,
but you had but now they can't win. They suck. And they choke.
well, that's what's funny. Like Jerry Jones had said that is that he cursed himself. It's because he supposedly prayed to God in the 3rd Super Bowl that the Cowboys went to and said,
God said, "Fuck you."
Well, they said if we win this Super Bowl, I'll never ask you for another favor. And so they won the 3rd Super Bowl, and then they've never won since.
You know why? Because they had good coaches.
Yeah, that's true.
He's had. You look at teams that don't win, they hire shitty coaches. I mean, plain and simple, you hire shitty coaches, or like the Colts, they go out and trade a 1st-round pick for Carson Wentz.
Or they fire the good ones.
Yeah. You look at the Chargers; they have a great young quarterback, but they hire a no-name coach.
Yeah.
How often does a no-name coach work out?
Well, that's what's like even in college. That's what happened. Like with, I can only speak from my university. Like University of Tennessee, we won the national championship in '98, and then at that time we had great.
Wait, you're talking about Tennessee?
Yeah, University of Tennessee, not Titans.
They won the national championship
in '98. Yeah,
'98. Who was the quarterback?
And T. Martin. It was the year after Peyton Manning left.
Okay.
T-Bone.
And but like
at
that time we had a decent head coach, but we also had great assistant coaches. But then after you win, everybody wants a pay raise, and of course the university was like, no, like you're gonna keep making the same thing. So they gave the head coach more money, but the assistant coaches less. So all the assistant coaches leave, and then you're fucked. And that's how a program dies. Is that when you pay like the one guy at the top a lot, and then everyone else pennies. It's like, well, fuck, why would I want to come here? And that's what happened. Like even like you look at Alabama right now. Alabama lost to Georgia, and it's almost like what Chris was saying about like the Patriots or what are the team we were talking about? It's on the decline. It's like there's only a certain amount of years where you're on the top, and like Alabama, even though they're consistently having the #1 recruiting classes, I wouldn't be surprised if the next few years you see a steady decline in Alabama, and then some other team goes up.
Just get it's
well that and COVID.
The problem with college football. The problem with college football is
sadly
elite players are going to go to the Power 5 conferences. They're not going to go to. Whereas other sports, you have a chance. Like football has a salary cap.
Yeah.
So there's a chance for any team if they draft right.
Football's fucking it up with this whole like continuing adding more games.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Is like to me, it's just watering it down.
Well, it's watering down,
and you're hurting the players because they can't. I mean, one point in time, a player could have played the whole season and they maybe survived, but now it's like
you
almost
17...
have to have 2 rosters, one for the first half of the season and one for the second half of the season.
I do find it funny though that COVID is spiking, yet the NFL no players are being. What happened to all the players that were being
right
in
half my
COVID
fucking
protocol?
fantasy team had COVID.
What, in the last 2-3 weeks?
No, they all cleared up for the last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, all of a sudden there was a cure for COVID, and because you don't see players going on the. There was like Cleveland had 25 people on it. Everyone had all these players on COVID protocol. All of a sudden, now there's no COVID protocol. None.
Well, if they tested positive, then they basically are out for 5 days.
Good for 90 days.
Like
Yeah, but no one's
keep testing.
I don't think they're testing. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you know what I'm testing? The limits of this podcast, and I'm saying
Ooh,
we're
good
pulling this puppy over, okay? But
You
not
go, girl.
before. But not before we take a commercial break.
Wow, has it been 2 hours already?
It has been 2
Yeah.
hours. We got to fit 2 commercials in there if we've gone this long. Thanks for joining us live.
I'm not
though.
used to going that long.
I know,
what
me
she
either.
said.
I mean, I was just like, whew, I worked
Especially
on
out
this
there
for
fucking
hours.
up them sides.
So good.
So good.
So good. It is really good, like hanging out with you guys again after like
Yeah,
a
it's been
break.
I really thought tonight was going to be a dud because I just spoke to you guys like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
We
but-
always have stuff to talk about.
That's true, we do.
I mean, there's always stuff that,
shockingly.
like, yeah. I mean, movies, TV, anything else that we want
And
to talk
it's
about.
been nice because Chris has not done shit in like 4 days or 5 days, so he's got a lot of stuff just
I haven't
percolating
done a
up there.
fucking thing. Actually, I bought a car.
Well, and we talked about that in the bonus,
The after show. Yeah.
That's true, we did.
And
yeah.
so if you're not a patron, we do have a bonus episode that we do every month. So, and
Is it
that
on
one,
YouTube?
That one, well, not that one. So,
Oh, okay. Ooh,
yeah.
so you can't. You can subscribe that one all you want. But it
Special.
doesn't matter, does?
Yeah, it's a special one.
You hear my story about how I almost went and burnt down a car dealership. It's a fun one.
It's a
yeah,
fun one.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he was angry. Chris has a
some-
temper,
Spoiler alert, I didn't do it.
What,
but he was close. He had the matches and gas out.
John? What
I
did
know.
I think right about? You thought right, Nick.
Oh, I
I think the chat's about, good
I
30
think-
seconds off.
The chat has gone through an LSD part of the night where it's like I don't understand anything that people are talking about.
It's
well,
definitely
there
a
is
big
always a
delay.
little bit of lag between the live and the chat. Just
true.
just a smidge. So
Because they're not paying attention. They're just.
don't put our like they join us live and this is
live.
What else? What else do they have to do?
I don't know, not join us, but they decide to join us every Tuesday whenever we do decide to record.
Yes, Tuesday. They're here watching us and not the.
We should be here next
the
Tuesday.
podcast.
Am I right?
Chris, I actually thought about you during the Christmas break. I was watching television with my sister.
Oh,
I
Chris.
thought about you. I thought about you on the side.
Yeah. Well, no, like all of a sudden in the middle of some weird show my sister was watching, I just went because my nephew's around, so I went, see you next Tuesday. And
Aw.
I said, because and my sister looks at me and goes, why do you keep saying see you next Tuesday? And I looked at her, I was like, you don't know what that means? And she's like, no.
Wipes a little tear from his eye.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh. And I had to explain to her what see you next Tuesday means. And she's like, that's actually pretty smart. I'm like, yeah.
She's like, wait a minute. How
Wait a
many
minute.
times has this been used around me? I didn't know about
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Well, so hopefully we'll be back next Tuesday.
Yeah. So see you next Tuesday, everybody out there.
See you next Tuesday.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Well, we have a few-
I want to go ahead and thank the patrons and for
Yep,
the flowers
yeah.
and
Thank
for
you.
the likes.
Mhm. We
Now,
gotta do-
Matt, did you bring your A game? Because Chris isn't going to read that shit. That,
No, I
that
won't read that.
sea
I'm not gonna
level
put up with
shit.
that bullshit.
if it's like last week,
we back. Oh, we back.
Yeah, here we go.
Tax tiny cup.
Here, I'll make this
tiny
whole-
cup.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Tax tiny cup.
Rolling
Yeah.
in the
It's
sun.
an espresso cup, not an actual athletic cup.
Eckhart's Matthew, you're outdoing yourself here.
Nice,
This is
Matt.
Eckhart's sliced bananas.
I did
hold on,
miss.
before you put the next one up. Do the rest of them start sucking more and more as we get through? Did you guys blow your load?
yeah, it's a triple, for the first two. and
did
it's
you
like,
blow your load in the first two?
Yeah.
I actually drew Eckhart's first.
You
So
just bunt the next
yeah,
couple three.
so-
What we got here?
I misspelled one word on this.
Ed's ball cup.
What the hell?
It's supposed to be ball cap.
Ah,
I fucked up the
Okay,
U,
all right.
so,
yeah, okay. So Chris was right.
I
pun
think
it
I
down.
predicted the future. Oh, Maggie.
Maggie-O's.
Maggie-O's.
I like
yeah,
that.
it's
Okay.
a cereal.
All right.
It's a
That's
cereal.
right. It's a nice throwback.
I get that.
Gotcha.
I spent the longest time on Joanne's and it got kind of weird.
Joanne's Twitter account.
Okay.
Yeah,
With a bunch
that's
of
weird as
eyeballs.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bunch of weird
That's
eyeballs.
when the acid
Yeah.
kicked in. Yep.
It's
Well,
when the acid.
dude, I mean, that's what I call a fucking comeback. Like, I think you got to the fucking dredges of your skills last week. Like,
Thank you.
Last week was fucking
You guys
terrible.
like my
I was
ball
pretty.
cup?
I was in
What
a
I'm
dark
wearing?
place still, guys. I was
Nice
in a
ball
dark
cup.
My
place.
ball cup.
And I would like to say that I think that you brought it this week, and I'm proud of you for the recovery.
Sorry, man, Mike got it.
Well, on that note, I do appreciate everyone that joined us live. I appreciate
I didn't think of that.
all of the patrons that make this show possible.
Matt, did you do that on purpose?
No, I didn't. I did not do. I don't know what
I can't even say that out loud.
I
can't even say that out loud. I feel embarrassed.
Yeah,
all right,
I'm not
so
I'm not
join us
saying it.
live on the YouTube so you can see all of the things that I
And
do.
subscribe. Tell a friend.
Please
Subscribe.
subscribe. It helps
Get
us
us
out.
get us up to 1,000 subscribers.
We can
Be
make
awesome.
so much more money,
Imagine
and
if they-
maybe
so if
hire
they
a better
gave us-
producer like
if we
Jay.
got one of those YouTube like icons, like the metal ones they send out to their fucking real deal people, who would get it?
Who would get it? Probably Jack.
Matt, the producer.
I'm not the producer, guys. I really am not. I know even
I
Dennis.
wanna
You're
see
the
the
you're,
fight
you're the you're the
between
one
Matt
that gets
and
all the
Jack.
shows. Huh?
I just simply hit record and I draw.
No,
a
but
drawing
you sit
at
there,
the end.
you organize us, and you sit there and say, "Hey, when are we going to record?" All that. You're the producer.
Well, the good news
Okay.
is we got about 990,000 views to go before we get one of those.
We're gonna get there, guys.
Well, I don't think
We're
it's
gonna
views; it's subscribers.
That too.
'Cause
Join
we
us
need-
next
we need
week.
1 million subscribers.
Thanks for doing what you do. This was a great show. It was really 1 in a million.